we should now live on the.
So poker's fun.
You said poker?
That's a good way to start this off.
Yeah.
I like poker.
Love that you guys just immediately default to vamping for me now, so I can get everything's working. I appreciate.
I don't
that, actually.
necessarily.
Classic.
I don't necessarily think that I'm good at it, but I enjoy it. I'm not gonna admit how much money I've lost playing poker.
Notification.
Well, I don't want to brag, Pat, but I have 40 million in the bank.
You playing on your phone?
Yeah. I found out just as of right now that I can go to a website and it syncs up with my phone, so that's good.
Oh, nice.
That's not gonna.
Which one is it? Which one is it that you're playing?
World Series of Poker.
Hello.
That app is good.
Oh.
Hello.
Message should come through on the stream. There it is. Yep, we're good. Everything's good. We're rocking.
I'm not getting anything on Twitch. No,
We are rocking. Everything's working.
I am now getting footage on Twitch. There we go.
Now discussing.
Get a couple hands in before starting.
And we are now discussing the intro. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Last podcast. We took a break for Goaty.
Did we take a break though? Because I feel like we just went harder than ever.
The podcast took a break, but we absolutely recorded way more than we usually do.
Yeah.
I thought so. No spoilers for Goaty here. I mean, unless you guys want to. I'm not gonna just say we have to. But it's funny to me that we said, "Nah, this year will be easy. This year won't be a problem at all." And like, I don't think we really had any problems, but we definitely we went for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Between just 3 people.
Yeah. And so, like, it's funny because, like, Andrew and I were talking about it earlier. The Easy Allies stuff dropped today for their deliberations. And when I stopped watching it because Pat got home, they were already up to, like, 7 hours. And I was like, oh, yeah.
What?
They're still going.
I'm not watching it. I refuse.
It's really good. It's just, again, there's only 8 people there, but there's still 8 people there. So it takes a while to get through one category. It made me kind of happy that there's just 3 of us.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I guess we'll do the actual hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Patrick.
And we are back. You may notice that Patrick's voice is back, which is great. You may notice a big black box beside me here. Don't worry about it. I'll explain it during my week. That's our first sponsor. No.
Hey.
So, Andrew.
If we got sponsors, then there we go. Let's
No,
do it.
but if Fantasy Critic would like to. I noticed you guys didn't bid on anything for the week.
Why would I bid?
I wouldn't either. Not for sure.
Wait, did my bids not go through?
If you bid on something, you didn't get them. I checked today.
What?
It's a shame if you were to have missed something.
I will fully admit I tried. For anybody that hasn't watched the video, we did a Fantasy Critic League. And
Oh, no, I totally got something.
I didn't show it earlier. What'd you get? Can't check
Shovel
it
Knight
now.
Dig.
No! How much
That's
did you
not
get it
gonna do
for?
well.
You got it for $1 because you got it. No, you did not get it for free.
Yes, I did. I still have $100.
If you don't know what a Fantasy Critic League is, check out that video. You'll see that we drafted games for the year. And we'll continue to do. The good news about that, Andrew, is it means that when big stuff gets announced later, Pat only has 1 slot to try and pick something up with.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep, when they announce Final Fantasy IX Remake. And it's coming out this year as well.
And it releases in one day. Like, no, they should.
Yeah.
They almost shadow drop it, but they just release it.
Yeah, the next day.
I was looking through and I was like, this bid.
Anyway,
It's a weird pick.
I
Shovel
think
Knight
it
Dig.
could
It's a
pay
weird
off,
pick, man.
but
The other one that I bid on came out before the bids would have gone through,
Yeah.
so I didn't get a chance to grab it.
we're gonna talk about that one in a little bit.
Mhm.
But before that, Andrew, how's your week been?
Yeah, my week.
Your 2 weeks, I guess.
Don't you mean my 2 weeks?
Yes.
This person go for nothing now. So I haven't done a whole lot, really. I
Yeah.
played some Monster Hunter,
Yeah.
but I mean, y'all are gonna talk about that. But I did what I did spend the most time playing was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah, so you and Pat both played this, and I have not touched it.
Pat only has 3 hours in it.
Yeah.
You can't even say you played it.
Every time I've gotten on, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play Kakarot, and then I see somebody online, I'm like, I could play Monster Hunter,
You
or
know,
I'm
what
like, I could play League.
you know what I think about when you say 3 hours? Wizard of Legend, it's one of the best games ever made. It needs to win all this. Pat, how many hours do you have in Wizard of Legend? Let me check. 3?
Yeah.
Look, that I still have that game installed.
I
It's
do too.
great.
It's a great
It
game.
doesn't mean anything. I have a game installed on, and it's on my need to playlist in Steam. Guess what? I don't even own the game anymore. I returned it. It's still on my list in Steam.
I was deleting games earlier today. I've owned KOTOR 2 on Steam since 2012 and haven't touched it.
Dude, that's a great game.
Oh, I
though.
played it on Xbox Original. That's a great game.
Oh, okay,
but-
okay.
I've had
Yeah,
it
you buy it's
installed.
on sale.
Yeah. I've had it
It's on sale
installed.
for like $5 or
for-
$10, and you're like, oh,
I almost said 5
What?
years. 2012's been a lot longer than 5 years.
yeah.
Anyway, Kakarot, how's it been? Move away from
hold
my
on, hold
mistake.
on. Sidebar for a second. Sidebar for the sidebar.
Okay.
Talking about Steam reminded me.
Yeah.
My mother has 1,100 hours in Stardew Valley.
It's a good game to have all those hours
Wow.
in.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
She has 5 farms.
Nice.
One of them she calls Seed Slut. Which, when I called her out on the 1,100 hours,
Yeah.
she proceeded to call me out on the fact that I have 430 Steam games.
Yeah.
And I did the math on the average of, let's say, average of $30 a game.
Yeah. It adds up to a lot.
I don't want to talk about it.
But you probably got a lot of that through Humble Bundle, which you paid like next to nothing for a lot of those games.
I don't have Humble Bundle.
Didn't you have it for a while?
No.
Oh,
Some of those games you've gotten from my Humble Bundle because I bought them first.
2. Out of
Oh.
430.
oh boy!
Only
I gotta know. I'm
428?
pulling out a calculator.
Only 428 then.
Now, the average of $30 a game may be too high.
Yeah, because some of them you would have
Yeah,
gotten for like $2 or $5.
Well, how many games? 430.
428.
Don't do this, Pat.
I'm gonna lowball. Oh,
It's gonna hurt
lowball.
all of us if you say that number
my
out loud. It's gonna hurt all of us.
Oh, let's lowball and say they were $15 a game. Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
hide
Yeah,
inside my
that's-
box.
$6,420.
Over the course of many
I've had-
years.
I've had Steam. I've had my Steam account since like 2005. Or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Over the
2007,
course of many
whatever.
years. How's it going, Jit?
But when I think about all these games that I haven't played, all that money I could have.
Let's
yeah.
assuming you paid full price for every single one of those
Okay.
games.
Oh, don't
knowing
give me
you
this
didn't-
number. I don't want to know because I have roughly that
Come
same
on.
number of games. I don't want to know that number.
Do you want to know?
No.
I want to know.
I'm gonna hide in my box.
$25,680 without tax.
Well,
It's not even
well,
taxed.
well,
Oh my gosh!
Guys,
I'm just
it's
gonna
been good
multiply
knowing
it
you.
by 1.0825.
it's been good knowing you.
$27,798.60.
It's been good knowing everybody.
Just full disclosure, I got a notification on the bottom right hand side of my screen that a new game was just downloaded
Game.
on Steam.
$27,820.
What game did you get?
Don't worry about it. You're not gonna like it.
No, tell me. What game?
The Surge 2.
I don't dislike that.
Yeah, I decided to buy it and I'll try it for 2 hours and see if I like it.
Bless you.
The viewers never heard a thing.
But anyways,
So tell me about Kakarot.
Kakarot. You play as Goku and friends.
I was really excited about that.
Does
I
Goku
thought that
have
they were
friends?
just gonna like. Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
I expected them to like skip everyone else's parts of the story and you just experience Goku's parts. So I'm
Yeah.
actually super glad because Piccolo is one of my favorite characters in the show, and flying around as Piccolo has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Would you
basically,
say Piccolo is Goku's friend? Are they
um,
friends?
They're not friends, but Piccolo respects Goku's fighting prowess.
Yes.
So Goku thinks Piccolo is his friend, so Piccolo is Goku's friend, but Goku is not Piccolo's
yeah,
friend.
no, that's fair. That's
Wow.
fair. Does Goku think Yamcha is his friend?
Yes.
Who?
Yamcha.
Yamcha. They're friends. He just doesn't value him as a fighter.
I don't know that he even thinks of him as a friend. I think the only people that Goku thinks are his friends are Krillin, Piccolo, and Vegeta. I think Roshi's his sensei. Tien's one of his rivals, not really a friend, kind of just a rival. Chaozu does not count. He doesn't even think about I guarantee you, Goku doesn't get up in the morning and go, I wonder how Chaozu's doing today. And Yamcha is less than dirt to Goku. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Where's Gohan on this list?
Gohan's not his friend either. That's his son that he sometimes cares about.
yeah.
They make it seem like he cares so much in this game.
No, they don't.
I'm glad that they tried.
They definitely don't.
The
I'm like 20 hours in.
the first hour is just like, oh, I gotta take care of Gohan. I'm gonna teach him how to fish.
Oh, she is that, isn't
In the next 59 hours is just Goku being a terrible person.
he? Oh, Jim, that was
Yeah.
good.
Like, for example, I forgot, because so basically, anybody who doesn't know, DBZ Kakarot, you're playing through the anime, basically.
Yeah. That's why I didn't pick it up, because
Well-
I've seen that story so many times.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun to play.
That's what I've been told.
That's what keeps bringing me back. And then some reminders on, like, it's nice to play through it and be reminded of stuff that I've forgotten over the years. Like the fact that Goku had Vegeta dead to rights.
Yeah,
And
no, he
then-
did.
And then let him fly away so that he could fight him again.
It'll be more interesting this way.
Yeah. Same with
Frieza?
fucking Frieza.
Yep.
Ultimate evil at the time. Just
Not only
the
that,
most evil being.
He lets him go after watching him brutally kill Vegeta and Krillin.
Yeah.
Goku's a
decides to-
terrible person.
No, he is. And that's
Yeah.
what I like about him. I like that he's a terrible person.
Hey, Gohan's pretty bad himself, okay?
Gohan gets better.
Yeah, he does.
Gohan is great.
Gohan starts
Because
off
he
pretty
becomes
rough. He
Saiyaman.
gets better. Yes, 100%.
Gohan as a child is too influenced by his father and cheers and says, I knew my dad would make it in time after Yamcha's died, Tien's died, Chaosu's died. I feel like I'm missing one other person who just happened to die like right before.
That's because Piccolo. That's
Oh,
because, yeah, Piccolo's died. That's
his
because
father
to Gohan, none of the rest of those people were actually that important at that point.
Yeah.
So he made it
Look,
just
man.
in time.
To Toriyama, they weren't that important either.
That's you're 100%
But-
correct.
He does become Saiyaman, and
Yeah.
that's what's important.
Well, he embraces Piccolo, and then he becomes Saiyaman. And then he's really cool.
See, I don't remember any of the Saiyaman stuff. I remember what he looks like. That's it.
The Great
It's-
Saiyaman!
I mean, it's basically just like a school arc.
Yeah, and then he becomes a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I don't think that arc is going to be in the game. That's another thing. It does skip some
Wait.
of like the filler arcs and stuff.
We may not get Saiyaman in this game, and I will uninstall.
Gohan is just a Kamen Rider, isn't he?
He becomes one.
Like, he's got the watch instead of a belt. And he gets a second rider later in Saiyaman 2.
Okay, hold on. Gohan is not a Kamen Rider.
He
Saiyaman
basically
a
is,
Kamen
though.
Rider.
He basically is.
No, because there's so much more to Gohan than Saiyaman.
I don't
Not
remember.
really.
I don't remember. Does the Great Saiyaman ever do a rider kick? I'm Googling this while we're talking.
No, I think he does. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where he's like walking around and he's just like kicking.
I'm Googling it right now. Please continue your conversation.
Saiyaman Kamen Rider kick.
So
He
Okay.
does it! He does it in the
Yeah.
game! Not in Kakarot, but in Dragon Ball Fighters! He and Videl do a double rider kick!
that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how else to describe the combat. It is a lot of fun, especially when you unlock more stuff, like going Super Saiyan
Yeah, yeah,
and the
I'm sure.
Spirit Bomb.
Honestly, though, where I'm at, it's still a lot of fun. I thought it was gonna get really repetitive, but it
Yeah,
really can't because there's so many things you have to be trained to. I refuse to use healing items, not only because I forget, but because oh man,
there are gonna be some fights where you're probably
that's fine. I want to see if I can go without it.
yeah, that's what I've done. But then I went and I wished with the Dragon Balls for a bunch of money, and then bought 60 Vita drinks large,
Hmm.
so I can just heal myself through anything now
That makes sense.
if I want it. But the only time I've used them is there are some battles where it's 2v1, and unlike the little minions that you can fight in the world,
Cyberman, yeah.
2v1 here, yeah, 2v1 here actually means something because they have full 5 life bars. They do full damage and everything like that. So it's kind of BS. Like it follows the anime, but like with Ginyu Force,
Yeah.
Oh,
So, like, you
man,
have to fight
sure.
Jace
Yeah,
and Birder
moments.
at the same time.
yeah, there's some BS moments.
Yeah.
Are you using the dodge spam? Because it requires no
Yes.
energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
well, I just hit A.
yeah, I mean, I don't do it constantly, but if like they're throwing a bunch of stuff at me, I will dodge in like multiple different directions and get closer to them as I do it. And by the time that they end their move, I'm in their face and I can start a combo right away.
I've started to use it less and focus more on like actually like timing them. But like I fought Vegeta in a side story. I fought Vegeta, and he has this ability where he teleports here, and then he teleports and tries to hit you.
Mm.
And I'm Super Saiyan Goku. I'm charged up, and Goku's just standing there like this in a fighting stance. And then right as Vegeta's about to punch me, I just and get behind him, and it just feels awesome.
Yeah, and then you whisper in his ear,
love-
nothing personal, kid.
I love those moments. Like when I fought Raditz, I did that. Like he would come in to hit me and I would just pop right behind him and immediately hit him with something else. Um I like I'm assuming all the boss fights are like this. I like how at least with Raditz, he had the beams that would like he would shoot out and you had to dodge them as they spun around the map.
Yeah,
And
the
then
double Sunday.
yeah. And like it's just constantly happening. So it's like it's more of like a boss feel than like the regular fights.
Yeah. Some of the other bosses, it's great because they don't make up an ability.
Yeah,
Just
like
they
it's
have a boss mechanic, like it's their ability.
Yeah.
That they have in the show and everything,
that's awesome.
and it turns into a boss mechanic.
I can't wait to play
Um,
more. I need to
I'll pick it
play
up when it's
more,
on the sale.
Oh, pro tip for you, Pat. When you get like the harder battles, I found this out just by just mashing a button. Is it key? Is it what is it? What's the
So
what is the
pronunciation?
Key and Kai are both technically correct.
Okay.
So it's
Which
whichever
one do
you
I
prefer to use.
I think in this universe they go with key though.
Well, they do sometimes, and then other characters use Kai, which I think is probably a vocal direction issue and not as much a consistency, but causes an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember most of the time I remember Dragon Ball in the Dragon Ball series they say key.
Goku says Key. Dr. Gero says
Oh,
Kai.
then it's
Dr.
canon.
Gero's Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, because screw that guy.
So when you fully charge your key and you keep charging, if you have that, I forget what it's called, but that meter full, Pat, if you got that far,
Yeah, where you can
where you get power
up. Mm-hmm.
Well, make sure that you'll have full key, and you're going to want to charge it after you do this, so you can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have like a beam ability,
Mm-hmm.
you can hit that and then hit it again, and you'll vanish and shoot another one, and you can do it again and vanish and shoot another one, and then until you're out of key. So I've got it before with the see, that's another thing. Kamehameha.
Kamehameha, yeah.
Yeah, Kamehameha, yeah. The I would hit that, vanish, hit it again, vanish, hit it again, then charge my key, hit it, vanish, hit it again, vanish, hit it again, and doing that, first off, feels amazing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, cool factor to the next level, but it does a crap ton of damage.
I wonder if you can do that with the special beam cannon.
Yes.
I count
Oh man. Special beam cannon.
Special beam. Yeah.
Oh
I found
man.
it out. I found it out on Namek using Gallic Gun, and I was like, "Wait a second.
So you just like
Okay.
semi-autoed Gallic Gun like pop, pop, pop,
Oh,
pop, pop,
if you can do that with Final Flash,
Gallic Gun.
it'd be amazing to do that with Final Flash.
I remember correctly. He said he stops what he's saying, so he says, Gallic, gun.
That's so
And
dumb.
it's just like there's all these beams that just hit the enemy at one time.
That sounds so broken.
Yeah, it's all, but you can only use it for that short amount of time that you're powered up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I've also found that if you're wanting to melee somebody, let's say you have a 5-hit melee combo before you hit them away from you, do 4 hits, vanish, 4 hits, vanish, 4 hits, vanish. That way you can do more damage that way, because when you hit them away from you, it gives them time to fire something off.
Yeah.
Usually what I do in that is like I'll hit them with the 5 piece, and once they start moving, I'll immediately use a Kai blast of some type.
Yeah.
I mean key blast, whether it be like
Okay, Dr. Gero, go ahead.
either whether it be the Kamehameha blast or like something else. But like I'll just like hit them 5 times, and once they fly away, I immediately will just hit them with some one of the special moves.
Yeah.
The game is fun.
It's just a lot of fun. That's what keeps me coming back to it, man. It's just It's so much fun. And the side content, I will say from where you're at, it definitely gets better.
Really?
There's more involved side stories with actual stories. There are still some that are just like, oh no, I'm out of food. Can you pick me up these items? Which is really annoying. But then there are some actually really good ones.
Really?
And then there is the one that unlocks the worst side activity I've ever played in a game before.
I'm
which
sorry,
is-
that sounds terrible. I'm just imagining Piccolo walking up somebody's house and them going, I'm out of food. Will you give me some food?
Yeah, it was Turtle. Turtle was out of food because
Feed your
Master Roshi
feed
gave
your
him
turtle,
gave it all to
Mr.
Goku so he could train.
Mr. Roshi, feed your turtle.
But yeah,
I love how Goku calls him Tortoise. And he's like,
Tortoise.
it's Turtle.
but let me see this here for a second. But yeah, so the worst activity is the is it bipedal
Bipedal?
bipedal robot time challenge, and you control this crappy little robot, and you have to jump through these rings to give yourself a super boost jump to land on a platform, and then to do it over and over again to get to the end point,
Hmm.
and you're timed. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I do know why they introduced it. It was a side activity. It was part of a side story
Why?
that it makes sense in the side story. You want me to tell you?
It seems like such a weird thing to be like, we're gonna tell the story of Dragon Ball. Here we go, or Dragon Ball Z, I guess. Here we go. It's Kakarot's story. Oh, also there's a side activity where you have to jump through hoops as a little tiny robot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now you made me
So-
want an actual Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Dun, 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 dun.
So
Oh,
full
man.
disclosure, I've never seen Dragon Ball.
You should.
I've
You
seen
should.
Dragon Ball Z a million times.
So honestly, I think that Dragon Ball is better than Dragon
It
Ball Z.
absolutely
That's me
is.
personally.
I
It
hear that all
absolutely
the time.
is. OG Dragon Ball
Yeah.
is amazing. The writing is like top tier.
Man, that OP, like it's so hype. I don't care. Like it's not a very hype song, but every time I hear it, I'm just like, what's Goku gonna do today, boys? Bulma's actually a character. Yeah, I said it.
Well,
I
yeah,
said
you're
it.
not wrong
I mean,
there.
I agree.
Bulma's actually a character.
I agree though.
She just exists in DBZ to eventually be with Vegeta.
She's nothing, dude. And she,
That's
she-
that's all
she's
she-
nothing.
No, she's not nothing. She tamed Vegeta so that he could be a good guy.
Yeah, without
Did
Bulma,
she,
there'd be
though?
no Trunks.
Did she though? Vegeta was like, "Oh, I guess I can't be Goku. Might as well become a dad. I can beat him at that."
I can beat him right there.
I was about to say that he fails, but no, GT shows us he's actually a really good dad. It's just not to Trunks.
Well, GT's not canon.
He's
so.
a good dad to his daughter.
GT ruined Dragon Ball Z for me.
That is, well, for you maybe. I disagree. I think GT actually has some really good story beats. GT ruins Goku. Like, even as much as I already wasn't a huge fan of Goku, GT goes, what if we made Goku young again? And they make him Dragon Ball age Goku, and then he's like, all right, see you later, everybody. I'm going to go find the Dragon Balls. And you're like, okay, sure, that makes sense. Young kid Goku again. He's going to go find the Black Star Dragon Balls. And he goes, huh, I might need some help. Let me take my granddaughter with me. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Him and his granddaughter, going on adventures, trying to find the Black Star Dragon Balls together because she's like the same height as him now. This could be really cool. And then they go, hey, let's also send Trunks and have him have this weird, like, will they, won't they relationship with this 12-year-old girl that's Goku's granddaughter. And Goku supports it. Like, a 60-year-old man in a 12-year-old's body traveling with a 25-year-old in a will they, won't they with a 12-year-old. What is this story?
Look, she's actually a 9,000-year-old dragon, so you
It's
need to
not,
check.
though.
She's not. That I personally just think
Uh.
GT is bad, and it gave me a sour taste in my mouth.
I think the GT stuff with the Black Star Dragons is actually really cool. The fights are really cool. I think Vegeta finally embracing Bulma's technology and being like, I can't reach the level that Kakarot reached, so I need to find a new way to reach there. Bulma help me, and Bulma making a machine to help him reach the next level. I think that's really cool with them working together. Like,
Next level, you mean
Vegeta's a
Ultra
dad.
Instinct?
I actually like GT more than Super, and I know that's a bad take, but like I do. I think GT in a lot of ways is better for the characters than Super is. I think Super has some cool character moments, but like absolutely destroys other characters.
I like Super, but I like it knowing that it's really dumb.
Yeah.
I just want to see. I forgot which one I was calling it. Ki or Kai? Ki blasts. I just want to see a bunch of ki blasts everywhere.
Yeah.
Then that's what I watch. I watch Super.
We should probably move on.
You know who's a great character? Hercule.
Hercule is a great character. Absolutely. He's also a good grandpa, unlike Goku.
Jackpot.
But yeah, watch Dragon Ball. It's good.
Virgil is a dad, but he's not a good dad.
I agree with King. I wish Trey would sit down and play Kakarot.
I will when it's on sale. I refuse. Look, let me be honest. I don't care how good the animation is. I refuse to pay $60 to play through a story that I've seen so many times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how I felt before I picked it up, and it's just like I said, it's just fun. I mean, it's got some problems, but it's fun.
They need to just buckle down and make Dragon Ball the game. I would play that for sure.
Dragon Ball GT,
the
game? Yeah.
What if Kakarot? What if they released a expansion pack that was Dragon Ball?
Really cool,
dude.
I'd pick it up then.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Also,
especially in this format, like in this like adventure style format. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, for anybody that goes back and listens to early podcasts where I bash GT, that was before Super. And you know what? In hindsight, I was too hard on GT. I'll say it. I absolutely was. GT's still dumb, but I was too hard on GT. There's some good stuff in there.
So what do you rank? You rank it
expansion pack?
So what are you ranking it? Dragon Ball, GT,
Dragon Ball Z, GT. I still think Z's better than GT.
Okay. I mean, it's
Dragon
gotta
Ball Z, GT, Super. But look, gonna be honest, Super left a real big sour taste in my mouth because of what they did with Tien and Master Roshi. I really, really hate that.
Master Roshi's so
Boo,
cool,
man. Boo got like completely skipped over in Super. It's bad.
Yeah.
Frieza should be dead.
He has been
Just
multiple times.
Like, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, he should have never been wished back.
No, Frieza should always exist because Frieza is perfect.
I am Lord Frieza.
I always thought Frieza was a girl. I think I already said this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably move on. We're retreading ground, and we have a whole podcast to go.
We can talk about dragons. This is what happens. It's not even always me that derails it.
No,
like
it's just because it's the
y'all
first
start
one.
Talking about it, I just sit back and I'm like, yes.
It's the first one of the week.
Oh, this is the first one of the year.
Well, no, I mean it's the first one every week. Yours is the first one. That's why we always derail there.
And then the only other game I played really besides that was I picked up Dead Cells this weekend.
Yes.
Dead Cells is a game that I know I was gonna love 3 years ago, and I never picked it up.
Yeah.
Because I was scared of how much I was gonna like it.
It's really good. It's one of the best roguelikes.
It's really good. I bought it on Switch.
Yeah.
So I'm laying on the couch or laying in bed or whatever, just one more run.
Yeah.
But there's not much. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's roguelike, Metroidvania-like, fun. I mean, I'm sure Dead Cells has been everywhere the past couple of years, so I'm sure.
Incredibly good.
Now, the big one. This is teaser for next week. Because next week I'm gonna have more to talk about Kakarot and Dead Cells, but I'm also gonna be able to talk about the Surge 2. I'll play an hour or two of that
Yeah.
at least, we'll see if I like it or not, if I keep it or not. Then I'm gonna play Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yeah.
And as of today, I am now the proud owner of a copy of Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play both of those this weekend.
A Dragon Ball in
Yeah,
and that Dragon
then-
Quest in.
Yeah, nice. Then I do. This is just going to reinvigorate my love to want to play Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah.
That's my goal. But that's it for me.
Okay. Pat, how's your week been?
It's been crazy. My job has me working all types of crazy hours.
Yeah.
For those that live near me that are local, and know where I work and everything, we are doing a grand opening. So if you want to go to that, get with me and I can give you some information. It's literally Thursday. So
Where do you work? Don't tell me. But can you?
the place that we talked about me working. We'll talk about it.
What field do you work in?
Yeah, so
Oh,
let me
man.
know if you want some information on that and I will get you that information. So just I don't know. Just contact me. You can find a way. So that's been stressful. Like I've been working crazy hours. In between all that, playing Monster Hunter World,
Yeah.
Iceborne. We already talked about Kakarot. I've been playing that. Still playing League. I found my new jungler. Super fun. Excited about playing Jax some more. I've been watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is probably the most well-written Star Wars thing in existence.
I need to
Yeah.
watch.
So when I was a kid, I watched it and I was like, "This is great." I don't remember anything from when I was watched it as a kid. I
Yeah.
just remember I enjoyed it. I watched the first episode and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah. Sports is great.
They're about to release a new season, which is kind of crazy.
The final
but-
season.
It's insane how well written that show is, and I'm not exaggerating. Like the first episode, you can tell right away they actually were writing this with the intent of it being really good.
You mean they cared about it being
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. They actually cared.
and the crazy part is too is like it was meant to be a kids show. Like it was on Cartoon Network.
I've heard some
And-
dark stuff happens in there. Also, you realize what it means that the final season's coming up, right?
What do you mean?
The Clone Wars cartoon, I've watched like 5 episodes when I was younger, was always building to one moment.
Oh yeah.
Order 66.
hmm
Whoa. Spoilers, kid.
But it's really good. Like
I need to watch it for the final season.
it's really good. I'm excited to
It
keep
comes
watching
out
it.
next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good luck watching all of it.
I can
There's
do
like
it.
the 6 seasons are pretty long.
I can do it.
Still watching 00.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it took a very slight back burner because Star Wars Clone Wars.
It's fine. Double O is just a garbage show that nobody cares about. So
No, that's not true. I'm gonna start
I thought you didn't
alternating.
do Saji like that. I thought you enjoyed
No.
Saji. I thought you respected Saji.
no,
I love Saji.
The Exia is not one of the best Gundam suits, so it's fine. Don't have to
That's
worry about
false.
it, 'cause it's
I'm gonna be
great.
alternating back and forth between the two. So I'm excited to see where 00 continues to go. I also re-downloaded Arena of Valor on my phone. I'm playing that.
Yeah, let's get back into it, boys.
That game is actually a lot of fun. Like
I
Arena of
forgot
Valor
about
is
that
really good.
game.
It's actually really good.
Have fun, kid.
I'm gonna re-download it on my Switch, and take my Switch over to my girlfriend's place, which is where I primarily stay. So that way I can play it on my Switch instead of my phone. Because playing it on my phone is honestly kind of annoying sometimes.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes the signal will just like drop if I'm somewhere and I will hit 600 ping and I'll literally just keep running straight through the middle lane and not have a chance to actually do anything.
Yeah.
Plus, the way it controls on the Switch is really good. I love the way it controls on the Switch. So I'm gonna be playing that some more. I'm excited. I'm gonna jump right into ranked and just see what happens.
Which
So pretty excited about that. I also purchased Dragon Quest Builders 2 while it was on sale.
Yeah.
And I bought the best starter. I bought Bulbasaur. This is
Hold on.
my first plush
Factually.
You're
Bulbasaur.
actually holding up. You're actually holding up. This is kind of embarrassing for the fans here, but you said best starter and you accidentally grabbed the Bulbasaur.
Yeah. I feel like that was
for sure
an easy
intentionally
mistake to
grabbed it.
make.
Hold on, it gets better.
Squirtle should be just around the corner. You just pick him up instead.
Yeah, he should. Well, he should be in arm's reach. I don't know where Pat's going.
Yeah.
So my roommate got me a blanket. Isn't this cool?
Your roommate again, he made the same mistake you did.
I mean, it's got them all on there.
Okay, well that's all right then.
But I keep it folded to where I see Bulbasaur.
Why is Pikachu on there? He's not a starter.
It's just a Pokemon blanket.
Okay.
Pokemon Yellow.
He's not.
Yeah.
It's a special
Pokemon
case.
Yellow.
Pokemon Yellow's different. Man, that's some serious dedication to a mistake.
I don't even let Bulbasaur evolve. I just keep Bulbasaur.
Man,
Bulbasaur.
did you not see the episode of the anime where Bulbasaur was getting upset because he couldn't evolve?
Yes.
My accent came out on that one really hard.
I did see that. But I will tell you this. My favorite starter is Bulbasaur. And I don't care.
My favorite starter is
Venusaur
actually...
sucks.
Venusaur's cool.
Ivysaur
You take that back.
Is great.
Venusaur's great.
What?
Ivysaur is great.
Venusaur
Why
is
does it
amazing.
sound like Pat is like a 16-year-old kid coming out of the closet. I don't care who knows it.
Bulbasaur is great.
Squirtle's not my favorite starter though. To be my favorite starter is still Cyndaquil.
I love Cyndaquil as well.
Cyndaquil's great. And then he becomes a giant fire weasel. Yeah.
Cyndaquil is really cool. But I was talking about first gen.
Well, then that's obviously.
See, he even has the little sprout on the top. Like it's so cool.
Man.
It's very
Hold on, I'll be back.
soft.
Do you remember
and
what the Venusaur
wishy.
was called? Why do I still have it set? We're talking about how great Squirtle. Do you remember in the Pokemon the first movie what that guy named his Venusaur?
No, I do not.
Named him Brute Root.
Brute Root.
It's such a good name for a Venusaur.
It is a pretty cool name.
Brute
However,
Root. Use Solar Beam.
Bulbasaur though. I think Ivysaur is really cool.
Ivysaur's
I
okay.
really
I
do.
think Venusaur and Bulbasaur both are cool.
I think Bulbasaur is still the best.
I think the idea of Bulbasaur was made perfect in Torterra. Like if the plant slowly becoming a bigger plant. Torterra is like the better version of Venusaur to me. But, you know.
I will say that Wartortle, to me, is probably the best second evolution of the three.
Wartortle is so cool.
Turtle's super.
Especially the one with the glasses.
He's just a cool guy. Yeah.
Wartortle!
Wartortle's pretty cool. But Bulbasaur will always be my favorite. That's pretty much been my week, though.
Yeah, just don't look at the stream.
What's wrong with the stream?
Nothing. Just don't look at the
That's
stream.
not true. Don't let him lie to you. Don't let him lie to you.
Venusaur is his favorite, clearly.
No.
All right,
no,
we'll
no.
go into my week then. Can't stop me, Patrick. Okay. Yeah, Charizard getting sent away in the anime is pretty. Well, like, why would you give up your Charizard? Why would you do that?
It's just too powerful.
Yeah, sure. That's why they had him come back later when Ash needed him.
Leon.
Yeah, that's where Leon got his Charizard. It's just Ash's Charizard.
It's canon. It's canon now.
He found him on that volcano, and that Charizard was like, "Hey, man, I just want to win a championship for once." Leon was like, "Come with me, man. I got you." There they are.
What a show! What a story!
So for my week, for my 2 weeks, it's a lot of little things, so I'll burn through it pretty quick. It is raining outside now, though, so hear the water. I got this for my microphone because the picture on Amazon was like a quarter of the size of this, and I was going to install it on top of the mic because while editing Game of the Year, I noticed you could hear my air conditioner a lot. It bothered me. I want to have top tier audio quality for everybody. This is not a quarter of its size. It's huge. And so if it was on the mic, it would look like this all the time.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So
That would be interesting.
it's now set up as a windbreak so that it breaks out the sound of the air conditioner a little bit. I've got the green screen now. I pull it over and it covers it as well when I'm recording. And then I also have changed my mic settings, so I may be a little quieter, but I can also get louder now with the mic right in front of me and not be as big of a problem. Peak as often. So it should be higher quality all around. And that's what I spent most of yesterday trying to figure. I have one more piece coming that's going to go in between as well, that I guess will probably go behind this thing to help block it, where it doesn't like cut off the air, but also cut off the sound. You know, it's a process. Audio. But other than that, I finished ToQger in the last 2 weeks. ToQger is my second Super Sentai series. Was very good. Put up a video just on my thoughts on it. I think everybody should watch it. It's incredible. Then I started watching Loopat Ranger, which is about 2 different teams of Sentai, a cop team and a thief team. And then there's still the monsters, and they're both like trying to fight the monsters for different reasons and get in each other's way. It's actually pretty cool. Actual sound level has been a bit low. Yeah, that's hopefully with these new changes, the sound level will be higher without, because I had turned everything down so it wouldn't peak as much. Hopefully that. So yeah, Loopat Ranger, real good. ToQger, really good. Probably like top 5 television shows for me. Started watching Kamen Rider Den-O. Den-O is a comedy. It's really funny. At one point, the main character is stuck in a tree on his bicycle. And a character just goes, "How did you even do?" Okay, it's really funny. Basically, the plot of it is that ghosts from the future have come back to take over his body, and he has to fight against them. And these ghosts from the future want to make a deal with him, and if he makes a deal with them, they get to steal his time, killing him. So he always turns them down, and so they have to team up with him because they're stuck with him until he makes that deal. They have to team up with him to fight other ghosts from the future that have come back to take other people's time that turn into monsters so that they can protect
Trey, you gotta
people.
stop watching this.
And it's hilarious because the main one, Momotaros, is like the biggest show off in the world. And so he has to try and balance the fact that like he wants Ryotaro to make this wish so that he can make the deal, so that he can steal his time. But also, if he fights alongside Ryotaro as Kamen Rider Den-O, then he gets to fight and show off how cool he is. And so he keeps coming up with new versions of his finishing move. And whenever he shows up, he goes, "Ore, Sanjo!" And it's like, yeah, he's pretty cool. Kamen Rider Den-O is really cool. There's a scene where Ryotaro is trying to tell a woman, "Hey, you've got a ghost from the future possessing you." And she's like, "Get away from me, you're weird." And like he's following her and he gets hit in the face with a baseball. And so he's like, "Oh, it's no, wait." And then before he can say anything else, you see the kid that was playing baseball go, "Sumimasen." And then he gets hit in the face with a tennis ball, and he goes, "Oh no, wait!" And then you see the two tennis girls go, "Sumimasen," and then he gets hit in the face with a football, and he's like, and then you see the two football guys, they go, "Sumimasen," and then he goes, "Hold on," and he gets hit in the face with like a bat, and he just falls down the hill, and she stops and goes, "Hey, do you need help?" It's really funny. You should check it out. Still watching Drive. Still doing the series on Drive. It's really good still. On Twitch, Twitter, not Twitch. Check those out if you care. Still leveling in 14. Got Bard to 80. I have Dancer to 79.5. So like I'm almost to 80 on Dancer, and then I just have 3 more classes to get to 80. So expect Job Breakdowns to still be coming out soon. Planet Zoo. I played a little bit of that for first impressions. That video will go up in the next couple days. That game's pretty good. I like it. Tim. I did a first impressions on that. That'll go up in the next couple days. I think it's really cool of an idea. I don't know that I'll play much of it.
Why is that?
In a lot of ways, it has the same problem that Pokemon does of like, hey, these battles can get really tedious. Whereas with Pokemon, it's like, oh, cool, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I get to, like, evolve these Pokemon. I know what level they evolve at. Or it's, hey, here's cool new Pokemon that interact with old Pokemon. It's all different elements in Tim, and, like, all different stuff. But it also is still just Pokemon. And so, I don't know. Like, it doesn't hit that familiar spot for me where I'm like, yeah, it's great. But it hits close enough where I'm like, I could probably play more of this. But the story just hasn't really grabbed me. The moment with the professor at the start is really the only like funny moment so far. Everything other than that is just, it's time for you to go on your adventure. And I'm like, yeah, Pokemon does this. So like, I don't feel like I can really complain about it. But it just doesn't grab me in the same way that Pokemon does. You know, I think the monster designs are really
cool. The monster designs seem kind of bland to me. Maybe it's just from what the footage I've seen.
Sure, I can see that. I think there's no way they could have done new designs, because anything they do, I can look at and go, oh, Pokemon's done that before. Like your starters or a fire monkey. Pokemon's done that. A crystal turtle thing. Pokemon's done that. And a weird psychic creature that floats. Yeah, Pokemon's done that multiple times. And so, like, I don't feel like it's really... In a lot of ways, I think they're pushing the Pokemon comparison because they want to sell a Pokemon MMO without using Pokemon, right? So they can actually sell it. But at the same time, I think the Pokemon comparison almost hurts them because I don't know that what they're doing is any deeper than Pokemon. And with Pokemon, I have this long years of nostalgia and knowledge to pull from. Whereas with this, I do not. And so maybe that'll change as I get further in. I'm in the second area right now. I have 5 Tim. I'm going to be honest, I really don't like a lot of the character designs. I think character customizations is cool, and this is still early access, right? There could be a lot of new stuff that's added later in. But I don't really feel like my character's unique in any way. Because everybody else is running around with the same type of character, you know? And I think, like with Pokemon, where it doesn't really give you that option, because you don't get to see everybody else all the time, it's different. Whereas here, I can see everybody else, and it's like, okay, that's... Yeah. And another thing that makes it really strange to me is that I can't interact with those people at all. Like, I can't be like, hey...
You can't?
I can't click on them on the map and go, hey... let's battle or let's trade. They're just also running around doing stuff. And maybe that's going to be added in later, but it makes the world feel really strange. Or like, I'll pick up an item.
That is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I guess that is the power of early access.
Yeah.
You're missing some stuff that seems to be something that should be standard for like an MMO.
Yeah, and I don't want to like drag this into early access and how that can actually hurt a game, but I always walk away from early access games going, I'm going to wait until this is finished. And that's kind of where I'm at with Tim right now, because I know that I could play through all the stuff they've got in there right now, and then when it comes out, it's going to have so many more features it doesn't have right now.
Yeah.
I may go back and play a little bit more in it just to try and follow up with it, because I do think like the designs of some of the Tim again are really cool. It's also only double battles, no single battles.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like it and I don't like it at the same time, because on the one hand, with only double battles, it's really easy to level because I can switch in somebody else and then let the stronger Pokemon come out. But on the other hand, it's also really hard to level because I can't protect that Pokemon I just threw out in any way. It can still get attacked as soon as it comes out, if the Tim attack it. There's a really cool like stamina system where instead of power points, your Tim gets a certain amount of stamina every turn. And you can eat into your own health to make up for stamina you don't have. Which is like, that's a really cool idea. But I think, especially like I'm coming from a spot where I don't just play Pokemon. I love playing monster collecting games. Pokemon, I play Digimon, I play Dragon Quest Monsters. It just doesn't feel like it's doing enough different to really sell it on me.
Yeah, so I watched some gameplay on Twitch, and it just kind of seemed dull.
That's kind of the feeling I have of it. Like, I want to see all the new Tim, and I do like that you get experience in battle, and your Pokemon, your Tim, can evolve in battle. I think that's really cool. But so far, that's really all that's holding.
That's honestly what pulled me away. Is the moment I heard it was early access, I was like, this isn't going to be worth my time. Only because the amount of stuff that they may not have in this game because it's early access could really hinder how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's a huge issue when there's people running around and I can't, like, compare that to any other MMO, right?
Like, is it really an MMO if you can't talk to people or communicate in some way?
I mean, I can see them running around. I can see them emoting.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. Like, there's nothing else involved.
It's really jarring when you pick up an item and then you see somebody else go to pick up that item and they get a little exclamation mark above their head that shows you they're interacting with something. And you go, oh, they're picking up that item too. And then they just walk away from it. And it's like, yep, that's as much interaction as I get with you. Or when you just see them standing by a trainer and you go, oh, yeah, that person's going to challenge me to a battle. That's where I'm at with it right now. But I also finally got around to playing a game that I imported sometime back. Sengoku Basara 4. I still have to edit that video, but it's a Musou game.
So that's what I thought.
It is the newest of a long series of Japan-only Musou games, except for Sengoku Basara Samurai Kings that came out for the Wii over here. It's really cool. They added some new characters. Goto Matabe is really, his moveset is incredible. Shikanosuke is in there now, and he has his deer he interacts with. He's really cool. Game's all in Japanese, of course. No English options because it's an import. But it's a lot of fun. I like playing it just for like 20 minutes at a time, just doing a quick level. They have a new switch mechanic in there where you can switch between two characters in the map.
That's cool.
It's really fun to be able to, like, mid-combo, call in your striker, switch to your striker, and then continue your attack. And be able to just switch back on the fly. It's really nifty. But I like it. I'm going to play some more with it. See your first impressions of it. Yep.
I will be right back. You can keep going.
Okay.
But I will have to be right back.
Okay.
We can't keep going.
We're about to touch on Kakarot reviews, but we can go to the Walking Dead reviews first instead.
No, we can't do reviews without everyone here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Pat has to be able to guess the scores too.
Yes.
It sounds like I get to keep talking about Super Sentai then. No, I forgot to bring up Iceborne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing
Have you
Iceborne.
finished it yet?
No, I've been doing event quests.
See,
I have almost
reason
made
I
all
thought
of the
about it-
Guild Palace weapons.
The reason I didn't talk about it on my week is after this latest patch, I've been plagued with performance issues.
Yeah.
the patch that was supposed to fix performance issues.
Andrew, you are lagging really bad. Can you turn your camera off and back on?
I'm lagging. Okay.
Yeah, like real bad.
Hold on, let me just leave it off for a second. It's just the Trey show now.
Dude, just me. Iceborne's really fun. I've killed the Barioth in that event quest for those Guild Palace weapons 14 times now, I think. Maybe 15. I almost have them all. Almost have them all.
I am Andrew.
That is much better.
Okay. Yeah, I had like flawless performance when the game first came out.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, before I was getting like 60 FPS on the low end.
Yeah.
And now my standard is like 35 FPS, and it can drop into the teens.
Yeah, it's had some. That's my biggest problem with Iceborne. It's had some incredible bad performance. Crashed on me like 4 times now. It's blue screened my computer twice.
Oh, nice.
It freezes
Sorry, I'm
anytime
back.
you kill a monster. No worries. It's in some ways unconscionable how many bugs it's had performance wise since launch. But hopefully make that figured out.
What were you talking about?
Iceborne.
Hmm.
We didn't want to do reviews without you.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry I had to step away.
You're
You're
good.
fine.
So we'll move into reviews. We're gonna start by talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot reviews that we didn't get to cover from 2 weeks ago.
First reviews of the decade.
So as always, we'll play our little game. We will have everybody guess what the score is and then what the recommended is on OpenCritic. As always, I will tell you that this game was a strange one when it comes to reviews because some people were extremely excited about dipping back into the story of Dragon Ball Z. Some people were not. With that in mind,
some people were upset that there wasn't a character creator.
I'm gonna get there. With that in mind, what do you think the score is for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? The critic average Kakarot.
73.
So I'm not gonna lie, I saw it the day that they dropped.
Could have changed.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know how much it changed. I'm gonna go with 78.
Okay. Chat, I will do the normal 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer, 73.
Wow.
Ooh, baby.
I didn't realize it dropped that low. It was a
So-
77.
Yeah, I saw it like 79 or 80 at one, like when it first hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw it drop to like 76. So I was just kind of trending with that. It's gonna drop again.
It took a nasty little drop there. What do you think the recommended score? Can we read some reviews first, or you want to guess it first?
Let's guess it first.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I need to play Outer World.
I
Or-
think it has to be like 58%.
Okay.
I was gonna say 53.
All right.
I'm trying to look at all the other reviews. Kakarot, it's not a AAA. It's not, well, I mean, you know what I
Yeah, it's in that weird zone.
mean. Yeah. I'm gonna say 43,
Okay. Cat,
not 53.
have the 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna sneeze. 1.
Bless
50%.
Oh, okay.
It is a solid half and half.
Right down the middle on that one.
So let's read some of our favorite reviews on it, shall we?
The more reviews that we do, or the more like segments that we do on reviews, the less the critic recommended makes sense.
Yep. Especially because the majority of these reviews are 8s out of 10s.
Yeah.
Game Informer
Oh,
says
it's a
go ahead.
great game, but I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna recommend it to anybody, even though I think it's really good. This is why Andrew said it many times. You should always go. Like, you should find a reviewer that you like has the same taste in games as you. You should listen to them. And
Yeah.
there's another reason for that coming up later. But Game Informer gave it an 8 out of 10. Some of the content is hit or miss, but the story is told nicely throughout and ends up being an enjoyable way to relive this saga. Doesn't sound like an 8 out of 10 blurb to me, but hey, okay.
Yeah, I wonder how they pick blurbs.
I think it's always the last paragraph.
Oh, okay.
But your last paragraph is your summation blurb. That's the one that should be like everything you thought about the game condensed into like an easy to read paragraph. And instead it normally winds up being not that. Let's find another one of our favorites. We've got IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. Said, poor RPG mechanics aside, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a great way to relive the DBZ story, flaws and all. Okay. Destructoid, 7 out of 10. Kakarot is not the anime game to end all anime games. It's not going to convert any non-believers or onboard them into this decades-old classic universe. I actually think it's a really great place for people to jump in. No idea, but sure, okay. Even as someone who still rewatches DBZ, it can be grating at times, but the juice is mostly worth the squeeze. So, personally, as someone who writes reviews, don't do that. Don't do that.
You don't like that?
You don't need metaphors to sell it. Tell people what you don't like, what you do like, and recommend the game or don't recommend the game. You don't need to go,
But you get it?
among the napkins of video games, this one cleans up the mess just all right. You don't need to do that. Just tell me if you like the game or not. Tell me what you did or didn't like.
But juice, Trey.
I don't want to hear about your juice, Chris Carter of Destructoid. Let's find a bad review here from our friends at the Daily Star.
Yeah.
They gave it a 3 out of 5.
Of course they did.
While I'll never get over that 2 out of 5, 3 houses. I will never get over that.
Yeah.
While there are more detailed JRPGs out there, Kakarot scratches the itch of both Dragon Ball and JRPG fans alike. So now I have to ask you, first off, how is that a 3 out of 5? That sounds like a great recommendation.
Yeah.
Would you consider Kakarot to be a good JRPG?
No.
You see, here's the thing. No.
That's what I thought. So yeah, that's
We got anything from Venture Beat?
I looked, I didn't see them in here. They're my new after today. They're my new like search for every time. Cuz they used to be and then they stopped being, but they need to be again.
Yeah.
No, I don't see anything from them unfortunately. Looks like they skipped this.
What a shame.
ACG said wait for sale. What I'm
Yeah.
doing. What I'm doing.
Yep. I listen. Look. I talk about it all the time. ACG is my boy. Love his reviews. Him and I have very similar tastes. I said, "You're wrong, buddy. Daddy's picking this up full primo price."
I'm glad you did. I'm gonna listen to it, but wait for sale.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I was to go by his rating scheme, I would definitely say this is like the definition of a wait for a sale game.
Yeah. So from there, we'll move on to reviews for The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Never thought we'd be talking about another Walking Dead.
All right, here's the deal, man. This game looks awesome.
It actually really does, in a way that I don't know that I'm okay with, because I don't want to admit that a Walking Dead game could be good again.
Yeah, and it's a VR game.
Yeah.
It's only on Rift right now, but it's coming to Quest and PSVR.
So, What do you think this game is scored at by the critic average?
80.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw it in the mid 80s when it first came out.
Okay. Patrick, you have a guess? Walking Dead is
I'm
dead.
trying to look at a little bit of gameplay to at least have a reference because I didn't know this was coming out.
Sorry, Black. That's true.
Yeah, most people didn't know this was coming out. I feel like.
This looks really interesting. I feel like you said 80.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be that high. Maybe it might. Well, maybe it might be higher. I don't know.
Hey, man,
These
it
graphics
was-
look good.
Tell you, man, it was like mid 80s when it came out.
Jen
Which,
thinks
I mean,
79.
It's always higher. I feel like, but
I'm gonna say 82. I hate to just barely go over you, but I
no,
think
you're fine.
I'm gonna go with the 82.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 1. Scores 81. Tie.
Wow. Wow.
That's crazy.
So what do you think the recommend? Do you want me to read you some reviews, or you want to guess first?
No, let's guess it first.
Okay.
Going blind here.
All right. What do you think the recommended score is, knowing that it got an 81?
81. It's got to be higher than that.
I feel like it's gonna be like in the 70s, like low 70s, like
Yeah, that's what I'm
73%,
I feel like
73%.
I feel like too, this section of the podcast is now going to get like also wrapped in with the fantasy league. This would have been a good 11 points for anybody that got.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, this would have been a good 11 points.
So how does picking it up? You have to pick it up before it gets reviewed, I assume.
Yeah, as soon
Or
as the first
release
review
date.
goes up on OpenCritic, it's too late.
That's why I didn't get the game we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
This would have been a
Um,
good 11. Of course, that could still change before the end of the year. It could get review bombed or something.
So Pat said 73, right?
Yes.
I was gonna say 72, but I will change that to a 68.
Okay, chat. Have until the count of 1. Get your guess out for critic recommended. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 90%.
Whoa. That's
What?
stupid high.
I'm giving Will 90%.
Wow.
ACG says buy, put your money down and buy.
Yeah, that money you saved on Kakarot, slip it right in, baby.
So when it comes out on PSVR, I guess I will. Not that many places reviewed it, honestly.
Yeah.
We have IGN
video
gave it a
game.
9 out of 10. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners swirls survival horror and role-playing staples together with nuance, standing as a fantastic example of what VR can be. Destructoid gave it a 7.5. Despite some technical misgivings, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners honors The Walking Dead name, a rarity in the current climate. They're not wrong. It also cemented itself as one of the leading full VR experiences to date. Why not sell headsets? It's a good pickup. And then Game
Yeah, I
Rant.
watched some gameplay and man, it was fun.
Game Rant has the lowest score, gave it a 3 out of 5. Said The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is generally a good time and one of the better VR horror games on.
So it's one of the better VR horror games, but it's a 3 out of 5.
Yes.
Oh snap! I'm watching them climb up a gutter. This looks interesting.
The kills, man. We get the melee, you get the axe.
I saw them knife a zombie in the head. That looked interesting.
It actually looks really good, which
Wall
Again.
climbing simulator?
I wasn't prepared.
Question mark?
I wasn't prepared for a Walking Dead game to possibly be good again.
Right.
And then the last one that we have for reviews is Journey to the Savage Planet.
Yeah, this is the one I tried to pick up last second.
So this is a game that wasn't on my radar really at all, but surprisingly, it seems to be a little popular.
Yeah, I saw this. So the Easy Allies, they did their Pop Tarts and Toaster Strudels. Toaster strudels are bad, right? That's the one.
Yes.
I always get it confused.
No, Pop Tarts are
think-
bad. Toaster strudels are good.
Okay, because like
Think.
2 or 3 people picked it as no, because Pop Tarts are underrated
Yeah, you're right.
and Toaster strudels are overrated.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, whatever. 2 or 3 people picked this game as their game that they think is going to be kind of crummy.
Yeah.
And it's getting some pretty solid reviews. I actually probably know the number because I looked at it earlier today.
Okay, we'll let Pat guess first then.
Yeah.
I feel like the numbers make me upset because I really wanted to get this game and I didn't.
Oh, will it? 95.
Is that it?
No.
I was say,
I-
jeez.
I wouldn't be on the podcast if it was a 95. I'd be playing it. What's going on?
95
That's
is insane,
insane.
man. That's
Yeah.
incredibly high. what Final Fantasy VII
I mean, I
Remake's
feel like
gonna
it's
get me
gonna be
this-
like 87.
Okay. Andrew, what do you think?
76.
Okay. Chat. Have the usual. 5,
Oh, is it that low?
4, 3, 2, 1. It's 76.
Mm. Yeah, I was really off.
What do you think then if it got a 76, which is a strong rating? What do you think then the critics recommended score?
Now I do not know this one because I don't pay attention to that.
65.
Okay.
70. Hold on, let me pull up the 76. You said 65.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's too low, man. Not for a 70. Wait, hold on.
Gotta check the
Doesn't make
algorithm.
sense.
Like, no joke, at some point, Andrew's just going to be able to punch the score in and go, oh, yeah, I got to figure it out. It's this.
That would be
I'll say-
insane.
I'm gonna say 75.
75. Okay. We're talking about Journey to the Savage Planet review. Chat, you have your usual 5. Wait, Pat, yeah, you guessed. 4, 3, 2, 1. I've been trying to do weird finger combinations. Soccer right. Score recommended is 78%.
Wow.
Hey,
Actually, not a bad score at all.
No.
Let's see some of these reviews. People think ACG says bye. I feel like at some point we're going to start putting a link to ACG's channel in the Discord or in the
yeah,
description
we really should.
because we use him every time. But like he's a reviewer I trust.
Yeah.
And then of course a lot of the other big names that have gone unscored. Just said. Oh man, I just saw the Polygon review.
Oh, you gotta read it now.
Unscored, of course. This is one of hundreds of games that asks us to kill and conquer, but never questions our actions. The story tells us we're here to have fun and supposedly save the world.
That's it.
That's what Polygon.
This game is just another one of those killing games. You mean you might as well put Rainbow Six Siege next to this game. It's the same game. Shut up.
Polygon, why are you like? Why can't we just talk about how good
Stop.
video games
Just
are? Why does it always have
stop.
to be an agenda? We find some fun reviews now. Like I clicked on it because I was like, man, they're gonna have something cool to say, I'm sure. But Ban's right. It always goes to, won't someone please think of the pixels?
Please.
Game Informer gave it an 8 out of 10, said, with fun discoveries galore, I was always excited to step back onto the surface of this uncharted world.
Read off reviews. I don't want to buy it.
I'm right there with you right now. GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10, says, Journey to the Savage Planet is a charming and upbeat adventure about exploring an uncharted world or planet in service of your corporate overlord.
So I'm looking at a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
The game kind of gives me, in a way, it really gives me Far Cry vibe
Okay.
with the way that some of this stuff is like set up, like a little bit of the graphics, the way the map works, and things like that. Like the map literally looks like it's Far Cry.
Yeah. I just saw chat still talking about Polygon, and chat's not.
Yeah.
Solomon said.
This looks really interesting though.
US Gamer has one
Oh,
of the
hey,
lower
look.
scores. Go ahead.
34,000 people viewing right now on Twitch.
Nice. US Gamer has one of the lower scores right now, 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
Journey to the Savage Planet puts you in a brilliantly colorful world and tasks you with exploring to your heart's content. Moment-to-moment exploration is enjoyable, but the act of combat offers very little in the way of challenge. Score and insane FMV adverts give Journey to the Savage Planet a lot of personality. Tiresome parody nature of the writing really lets it down. I mean, you got a FMV in it, I'm down. Go. Love
Yeah.
FMV. I love FMV. I'm right there. I want to play it now. Honestly, I didn't before we started talking about it, but I really do, having read some of these.
Yeah, this game was on my radar like last year at some point. It was kind of on my radar. Then it dropped off, and I told myself, "Man, that game's coming out." Like at the beginning of this month, I was like, "Well, I guess it's beginning of this year too."
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, that game's coming out, huh? That's gonna be a real shame." And then today, when I was at work, I was like, "Oh crap! Now I gotta buy some."
Jen says, think No Man's Sky with good comedy. Like a good No Man's Sky. With.
What? Don't tell me the comedy's good.
US Gamer doesn't think it is, but US Gamer has some opinions that I don't agree with most of the time. It could be. Let's read one more and then we'll move on. Let's read another good review. Let me grab. I didn't see a Venture Beat or a Daily Star. I'm sorry. But they do have a Dual Shockers review here, which gave it a 9 out of 10 and says, with an enticing, hilarious world that's constantly fun to explore, Journey to the Savage Planet could be one of 2020's sleeper hits.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh. Yeah, comedy is very subjective, yes, to try and base a score on.
Yeah.
I agree. Hence why US Gamer hated it very badly, and other people seem to absolutely adore it. So we'll see. Like, a lot of people love the comedy in Borderlands 3, and it doesn't work for me at all.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing with games that like really focus around their comedy. Like, you have to remember how subjective comedy is. So their games focused on the jokes, and
Yeah.
it may not hit for everybody.
And I think, as Ban points out, that's an important thing when you're making a review. When you're scoring the review, what do you score it on? You know? I think comedy is something, like you mentioned, for sure. I don't think that should affect the score. Because, again, Borderlands 3, that comedy doesn't work for me at all. But for some people, that's great. So I'm not going to say that you shouldn't play it because of the comedy. I'm going to tell you that I didn't like it. But I'm not going to say, hey, don't play it because of that. I'm going to tell you don't play it because the story's hot garbage. But
Yeah.
gameplay's really good, though. I'm excited to try it, though. I really am. So from there, we'll move into game announcements. We have Persona 5 Royal got a release date.
Sweet.
March 31st. Really soon.
Yeah.
What is Royal? Royal is not the Muso game.
No, that's Scramble. Royal is the re-release of... It's the golden version, basically, for P5. Which will have new characters. It'll have new social links. It'll have new moves, new abilities, new animations, new music, new story. That means I gotta play through Persona 5 again.
Oh man, I forgot. It's ineligible for Fantasy.
It is, yes, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Because it's a re-release, not a remake.
Yeah.
Even though it's a re-release with new content, it still doesn't count. But it looks really good. Yeah, P5 Final Mix. The Persona 4 Golden. Then we got an announcement of a game that people got a little excited about. Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost on... You better believe that we're going to be covering this game when it comes. There's going to be suit breakdowns,
Yeah.
roster breakdowns, just like we did for Gundam Versus. I've actually gotten a lot of messages from people going like, "Are you going to do suit breakdowns on it?" Of course we are. Like, there's no doubt in my mind we're doing that.
Of course.
Uh,
the only real question is if they have Crossbone.
Is it a Western
will.
release?
yeah, it's getting a worldwide release.
Oh, baby.
And it will have Crossbone because it's going to have everything that Extreme Versus had in it. So basically,
Okay.
it has all of the stuff that's been added to the arcades as well, suit-wise. So at launch, it has 139 playable suits.
Yes.
Dang!
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Like, that is a ton.
Yep. My understanding is it'll be a physical release. We don't know for sure yet on that, but I know it is definitely a worldwide release. Yeah, that
Bro.
it looks real good. It looks real good.
Are we going to be consumed?
I mean, you remember that Gundam
Yes.
Versus took over my life, so
Is Fight Night Fridays coming back?
I mean, I'd be good with that.
And
So-
Gundam Game Day every Saturday.
I wish I had the time for that. We will probably, like, for release day, we'll probably do a special stream. But yeah, it
No
looks
firm
real.
release date yet, though.
No, not yet. Also, currently not available in Fantasy Critic. I tried.
But you know it's not going to review that well.
I don't care. I still want it anyway, just because I want it. From there, we got the announcement of Monster. Go ahead. Sorry. You got?
So I was planning on sniping the game from you.
Yeah.
Because I already knew that it was available on Fantasy Critic because I saw it there before. So they must have added it, and
It's ineligible.
it is ineligible.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
why I said it's not available. Ineligible.
Yeah.
I checked.
Ugh.
You better believe I checked. Monster Hunter Riders was announced. This is a mobile game.
Japan only right now, right?
For now, Japan only, yes. I don't want to just immediately pull us down the road of old Monster Hunter was better, which is what people have been saying as soon as it's got announced and hoping that it will be old Monster Hunter. I'm firmly of the mind that new Monster Hunter's better, but because of the accessibility and how much better bow guns and stuff plays. But that's not what this discussion is supposed to be about, even though that's what the internet's turning it into. Riders is going to be a mobile game with microtransactions, and we don't know what that means. We don't know how it's going to play. We don't really know anything about it. So don't get your hopes too high, people that prefer old Monster Hunter, for this to be old Monster Hunter on your phone. Because most likely it's going to be gotcha.
Yep.
But would you play a Monster Hunter gacha game?
Yeah, absolutely I would.
I would too.
Man, if I could get a 5-star Tigrex or a 5-star Barioth or a 5-star Kazu, right there. Me a 5-star Lagiacrus. I almost said Lagiarchus. Not correct. Yeah, I'm right there. Right there. So just keep that in mind, people that are excited for it. From there, we have Torchlight 3. Also, thank you, Ben. Torchlight 3 was announced. I want to clarify before we get in. Andrew does not like Torchlight.
I was gonna bring up a video that we did on the previous channel.
Yep.
Of wait, was it the previous channel?
It
this
was. It
channel?
was the previous channel.
Of us playing Torchlight, and I wanted to like it so bad, and
Yeah.
I hated it.
I really enjoyed Torchlight 2. I really did. I'm looking forward to Torchlight 3. But Andrew did not enjoy it at all. Pat, do you have any Torchlight? No?
Don't even know what it is.
It's like Diablo, but with like a steampunk style.
It's a steampunk style Diablo.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hopes appropriate.
You said Diablo, and I was
Oxford.
interested.
Yeah, Torchlight 2 was good.
Torchlight.
I summon Pot of Greed.
You get a animal companion to run around with you. Yeah, you're the best.
He's in.
Like you can get different, and like the animal companions will fight too. Like my deer would headbutt stuff. It was. Jen says he actually likes Torchlight more than Diablo. Not in mind. Also, like Torchlight has like cannons and guns. We're talking. I could tell you what Pot of Greed does, but then I'd have to kill you. That's the rule.
Monster Caldo!
That might be my favorite thing ever. In that I don't mean to derail us, every duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Somebody plays Pot of Greed and explains what it does. Like, every episode, Pot of Greed is played, and every episode, they explain that it lets you draw 3 more cards.
Which will then allow me to play.
Yeah, it's every
Pot of Greed.
episode. Graceful Serenity was the better card, or Graceful Charity was the better card than Pot of Greed. Because it didn't get banned in tournaments. From there, we'll get into the news. So, Cyberpunk got a delay. And that's fine, right? It gets it away from FF7 Remake. They made a statement in their statement that they were delaying it that I didn't catch it first. And it's kind of come back up again, stating that because it got delayed, don't worry, they'll definitely have it done in time. They're going to make sure by crunching for the rest of the time up until it launches. So basically, they've already been in crunch trying to get it out in the first release date that wouldn't succeed. And then now they're going to crunch until September to get it done. That's not good. I don't like that. Push it back further. Push it to December. Don't crunch. And like there's nothing you can do because it's CD Projekt Red. That's what they do. They crunch. But like no. Don't do that. Have you guys seen the picture of the director for Witcher 1, 2, and 3?
No.
Like in the picture for Witcher 1, he's like still full of life and vibrant and excited, and by the time Witcher 3 is there, he's just like a shell of a human being. Like, yeah, this is what repetitive crunch does to a person.
Just destroys you.
And like Ben says, I wish I could play Cyberpunk now without the guilt of knowing that people had to crunch to get it out. And I don't mean like there's always crunch, right? That's a thing, whether you want to admit it or not. Almost every game that comes out has crunch. It happens. That doesn't mean I want you to tell me you're going to crunch more so you can get the game out in time. So, yeah, and some people absolutely do it to themselves. I'm 100% there with you, Jen. Some people choose to stay at work instead of going home when they're given the option to try and get the game out because that's their dream. That's what they want to do. You know, they want to get this game out because it's what they're working on. It's what they're excited for. And I get that too, but I wish it didn't have to be that way. I wish we could just spend some extra time on it. You know?
Yeah.
That was depressing when they put that statement out. All I'm going to say is, hey, game companies, take that extra time, get your game out without killing your employees. Everybody gets to be happy. You spend a little bit more money. I get that. Money's what it all boils down to. Just a little bit more time. It'll be fine. 2 months later, that's okay. And the company's like 2 months of crunch or 2 months extra paying everybody? No dice.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, there was a shooting outside my work just now.
Just now? Do you need to go? Are you okay? At your work, not at your home.
Oh, yeah, at work. I'm fine. But somebody just sent it in the group me.
Wow. It's terrible, man.
One person's been transported to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds.
Oh, man.
And that person, without saying too much, is probably a middle school age child. So
It's terrible, man.
there's that.
Ish.
Sorry to put a damper on everything. I saw that message and I started to freak out.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't blame you. I wish it wasn't like that in the country that,
Yeah.
or in this world that we live in. Honestly. We'll move on. Talk about some exciting news.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So Torchlight is piquing my interest right now.
Okay.
Oh no.
So Torchlight 3, is it gonna be like, okay, so did Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 follow a story that is the same, or are they different stories?
So Jen, you may have to back us up on this one. I don't think so. I think they're just in the same world.
But they're just two, they're brand new stories every time, like Diablo.
I
Kind of.
think so. Yeah, it's the same lore, but I think it's a different set of characters every time.
So what I'm asking, would it be worth my time to buy those two games and play through them before I play Torchlight 3?
I would not play Torchlight 1.
No.
I would play Torchlight 2 if you want to play 1. Yeah, Jen's no need. I would not. Torchlight 1 was really good when it came out, but it has definitely not aged well in some regards. Whereas Torchlight 2 not only has gotten better, but has gotten more mods that'll add even more cool classes through the Steam Workshop that weren't available at launch. I think if you're going to play 1, play Torchlight 2. It's probably really cheap, too. Yeah, and Jen says you don't
Well,
even need it to play.
The reason I was asking too is because, like, in my opinion, Diablo is still really fun.
Yes, I agree.
And so in my opinion, it aged well, but obviously that's very subjective. So I was curious as to whether or not it would be worth my time to play Torchlight 1 or 2.
I think 2's fun. For sure. I think 2's a lot of fun. But it's also very old now. It came out in, Google it. It came out like 2000, I think.
I have it right here on Steam. So Torchlight 1 came out. Wait, why doesn't it show this? 2009. So
Yes, Torchlight 2 didn't
Torchlight
come out
2.
in 2004 then.
Torchlight 2 came out 2012.
It really
Not
only
as
been
old as I
since...
thought it was.
I mean, it looks really interesting.
It's fun.
It has very positive reviews.
Artaka, I have not seen the trailer.
I'm watching it right now.
Are you?
Yeah, it's only 58 seconds, but it's just a nice little gameplay taste.
Yeah. Yeah, I really
Playable
enjoyed it.
demo at Evo Japan.
Hey, there you go. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
Torchlight 2. I don't know how expensive it is on Steam right now. Good price.
It's $20.
I might,
Torchlight 3 is projected to come out this summer.
yeah, I might just wait for Torchlight 3 if I was.
That's what I just realized I should do, because it's literally coming right around the corner.
Yeah.
Add to my list.
You got other stuff to play.
Yeah. I have like 7 games on my wish list right now.
Guess that was a good trailer based on Andrew's reaction.
No.
Or it was more bad news.
Apparently, if this information is correct, they were shot right outside our building.
That's terrible, man.
So literally, yeah.
I'm sorry.
They haven't found the shooter yet.
So they might be like in the school.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Anyways, let's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring it down.
I do have some good news, especially for Andrew because he's been trying to get good Muso in. Pirate
Yeah.
Warriors 4. Pirate Warriors 4 has a new mode coming at launch. Was not in the previous games for online co-op, and not just 2-player like the previous games were. 4-player online co-op.
Awesome.
So if you like One Piece and you want to play One Piece, you get to play with 3 other friends online. Play through One Piece Muso.
So
We're doing that, right,
So
Andrew?
what we're saying is, Pat, it's not just 2-player anymore, 4-player. So
Pat, you don't know who any of the characters are, but you can play as Katakuri. Jin's on this too.
Pirate Warriors 4.
let's do it. What are we getting it for?
I mean, it has to be PC. Right? Yes, Pat absolutely needs to read Watch One Piece. He hasn't believed me every time I've told him.
Hey,
It's
Pat,
not
you
that I
should
don't
watch
want to.
One Piece.
One Piece.
Not that I don't want to.
One Piece is really.
I need to keep reading where I left off. The
Yes.
last thing that I saw was when her name is Nami, right?
Yeah.
So when Nami like leaves, goes back to the pirate group,
Yeah.
and then they essentially bust her out.
How? How do you stop reading at Arlong Park?
I
How
don't remember what
do
came
you
up.
get to Arlong Park? One of the best arcs in the manga, and stop reading it.
I don't know how. I don't know what came up. Something ended up coming up. Because I remember the little monster that's sitting there in the water has no idea that like the whole base has just been like completely wiped.
Yeah.
And then gives what's his name a ride. And then finds out later that everyone's like dead.
What?
He's like sitting there. He ended up giving him a ride there on his back in the water. Then he gets up in there and like kills everybody. And he has no idea that it happened.
I don't think
I'm
you're
not
in
describing
Arlong
this
Park.
very well.
I don't think you're in Arlong Park.
I'm not describing this very well. Because not so like Nami ends up stealing their ship,
Yeah, that happens in Barati.
and then
Later,
she
Akaga.
takes the ship back to the. Oh, you know what else? And then I saw the part where I don't know if this is before or after that, but they go to Nami's house.
Okay, yeah, no, you're at Arlong Park then.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
'Cause
What
her
happens
sister's
at
there.
Nami's house?
How many episodes
Yeah.
for One
Supposed
Piece?
to be watching the anime.
Well, I wouldn't recommend. I mean, you can watch the anime up until about halfway through, and then I don't recommend you watch the anime anymore.
Yeah, but if I was watching the anime, how far in would this
How far in would Arlong Park be?
be? Yeah.
That'd be. I'm gonna look it up to make sure, but I think that'd be like maybe 15, maybe like 20 episodes in. Let me double check. Each season,
If that's the case, then I've already watched it. Okay.
31 to
Arlong
34.
Park starts at chapter 69.
Wow, what a fucking time.
Yeah, 31. Jen's got it right. 31 is where Arlong Park starts. Episode wise. Yeah, Arlong Park that's a great arc. You need to read more, Patrick. That is really good. That's where it really like that's where the main 5 of the cast have come together. Like I say, main 5. Not all the Straw Hats, obviously. Like that's where the main group to start off with has come together, and things start going from this is a fun pirate adventure to bad things can happen to people. Like as you saw with the stuff with Belmare, and like it gets even better from there. It's like it gets so much better from there, man. You haven't even met Chopper or Brooke yet, and that makes me sad.
I want to keep up with it. I want to get back into it because I want to eventually catch up. I mean, I can't say that the number doesn't scare me because it does. Like, how could that not scare somebody?
Burn through it though.
The chapters are easy to burn through. I watched a pretty good amount of it when it comes to like where I got to.
Yeah.
So I need to basically I want to essentially start from where they pick up Sanji and they all start heading their way to go get Nami back.
Yeah.
I want to start from there again.
Be right back. I get the dogs.
Okay, dope. Yeah,
Okay.
you should, man. I think it's super worth it, honestly. Like, One Piece is such an incredible series. The only series that I would say maybe more than One Piece you need to watch is Gintama, but I would say watch One Piece first because they make a bunch of like One Piece references. And I go back and forth on which one I think is better. So like it's tough.
So I should keep reading from chapter 68.
Yes.
Okay.
And like
I will try to do, like, how many chapters is it total?
Jen might have to tell you that one. I know it's above 900 now. I think it's above 1,000 now. It might be above 1,100.
970.
970. Okay.
So I don't remember it taking that long to get to 68 chapters.
When you get to chapter 488, I need you to call me. You finish chapter 488.
Okay.
I need you to physically call me. Because that is my favorite chapter of literally anything. Love that chapter. Made a video just on that chapter. Love that chapter.
Yeah.
We should probably.
I
move on.
need to.
This is good.
I really need to start reading it, honestly. Like, get back into it.
And what you do is after you've read through an arc, you can look up the fights on YouTube if you want to see them animated.
That's true.
And like the first half of One Piece is fine on animation. Like the anime for the first half is really good. There's even some really good filler arcs. Problem is when you get into the second half where Toei starts dragging things out so the episodes last longer.
Mm-hmm.
And it really shows. Like there are episodes that are primarily flashbacks. There are episodes where it's like long periods of time dedicated to just characters looking at each other. It gets like into the DBZ levels sometimes. Oh,
Yeah, see, I pay for Shonen Jump,
yeah, you can read it there.
and that's where I was reading it. So I need to just pick it back up on Shonen Jump. I also need to start rereading and catch up for Samurai 8 because I loved that when I was reading
need to
it and I
check
just
that out.
stopped. The first chapter is like it was like 200 pages.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I almost broke multiple times recording that video. How much I love that chapter. Pat, I am telling you, if you have never believed me about how good a character is, I am telling you, Brooke is my favorite character all of anime.
Really?
Brooke, so good that I can't
excited.
tell you why without spoiling it, but he's so good.
I will definitely start reading it. I'll start reading it and catch up then.
Should.
Whenever I have free time, like in between class and stuff.
All right. Well, we'll move on then. Unless you think Andrew would talk about Samurai Showdown. Wait for him.
Well, I do have another question. So,
Sure, go
Pirate
ahead.
Warriors 4, that's the new game?
The new Musa game coming out. Yeah.
Wait, is that the One Piece game?
Yes.
When is that coming out?
I don't know if they've given a solid release date yet. Let me check. Let's March 27th.
Wow,
That's
that's
soon.
really quick.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I really am excited. Not Char, but he's such an amazing character backed up by amazing. Yeah, for sure. Like, he's so different than most of the characters that I love, Brooke. But he's so amazing. And, like, since we have some extra time, he wasn't my favorite character. My favorite character for a long time was Sanji. That's why I have you can't see it. That's why I have a Sanji poster. For an incredibly long time, Sanji was my favorite. I still really love Sanji. But Brooke, man, just took over. His introduction, as Jen puts it, is so good. And then 488, when you get his story, when you get why he does the thing, and what's going on with him, it broke me as a human being. I laid in bed and cried like a big baby, because the idea that somebody had gone through what he went through and still got up and still continued forward was incredible to me. I think there are very few anime characters that hit for me the way that Brook does. Like Gentoki is a good one, again, from Gintama. I know I always talk about how good One Piece, Gintama, Hunter x Hunter are, but like, you know that moment, Hunter x Hunter spoilers, put my hand up. You know that moment in Hunter x Hunter towards the end where Gon is down and Leorio steps up, and there's nothing he can do, but he steps up anyway.
Yeah.
And how hard that moment hits.
Yeah.
That's chapter 488 for me, but 10 times that.
Dang.
So, it's Piece is great.
What I'll do then is I will start catching up, and when I get to that chapter, I will wait until the podcast to let everyone know at the same time that I read the chapter.
Oh, you're gonna be so broke on that podcast too, because that chapter's so good. Like, I actually don't think Brook will be your favorite character. You know who I think your favorite character is gonna be?
Who?
I think your favorite character is gonna be Tony Chopper. I think hands down, when you get Chopper's story, he's gonna be your favorite character.
Interesting.
Chopper's great too. Like, all the Straw Hats are great. You know, they're all good, but everybody has the best one, and everybody's best one is different, and that's okay.
That's so crazy that this show has gone on so long and still stayed with that type of quality.
Yeah,
because most people, or most shows, or most anything that goes on that long, just doesn't keep up with that quality.
absolutely.
I mean, look at Naruto.
Yeah, well, and like Bleach is another big example of a show that started really strong and had extremely like well done characters, sold you on those characters extremely early on, and then by the end of it, some of the characters were completely opposite of who they were, and most of the characters had just kind of faded into obscurity. Whereas Oda will bring back a character in One Piece that's been gone for 500-600 chapters and be like, hey, yeah, this character, they did this and like a whole other thing, and they're just like, yeah, but that's okay because you needed help with this, right? And it's like those characters, it's almost like Oda almost plays it like a D&D session where like all the wheels are still turning in the background when you can't see them. And I think that really shows in his writing with the ability that those characters continue to shine, you know?
Yeah. I wonder, because everyone that I know that watches it, that is like into anime, has told me that they loved Bleach.
Yeah.
Even though it has its problems.
I love Bleach.
Would it be better to read Bleach?
I think, yeah, because you skip out on the terrible filler arcs. I'm not joking.
Everyone tells me it's the filler. Like, the filler ruins the show.
You know the back half of original Naruto that's just like 100 episodes of filler? Yeah. And how you always just tell people skip that except for the ramen one? The Bleach fillers are worse.
That's what I heard. I heard that the filler is like really, really rough.
Yeah. One Piece actually has some good filler. It has some like mediocre filler, but it also has like some really cool fillers. There's one about this girl with a dragon that like the dragon is really cool and the girl's pretty cool, but the villain has the Kamakama no Mi, and so like his power is the ability to shoot blades of wind, and he does it with his fingernails. And so it's like shot, and Zoro just cuts his fingernails off. And so then he's like, "What?"
So
Jen's right though. If you, I think you miss out on like with One Piece, you don't miss out on as much if you read. The music's good, but again, you can just watch those moments on YouTube. with Bleach,
Mm.
I think you actually do kind of miss some stuff without the music. Because some characters have their own themes, and that's the only way you're going to know it's them in some scenes. Like, there's a really good scene with Grimjow where the only reason you recognize it's even him doing it is because his theme is playing. Also, Bleach has
I
really
ha-
good music.
First, Andrew, welcome back. Second, I have a live on the podcast.
You have a what?
Okay.
You cut out for me.
I have a proposition to make.
Okay.
So, assuming that One Piece doesn't get any more chapters, which I'm sure it will.
It absolutely will, yes.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I read 5 chapters a week to catch up right now, it would take me 194 weeks.
Yeah.
I plan on reading more than that. But what if every week we had, like outside of the podcast, we have a small little recording where we talk about the chapters that I read?
I am super down for that.
Man.
I will reread those 5 chapters to follow along with you.
But I gotta read 5 chapters.
That's easy though. Like you could read 5 chapters in less than an
That's
hour.
true, because I'm blowing through Dr. Stone now that I've picked it back up.
Yeah.
Would you be down to do that, Andrew?
I don't know. I like the idea of it. I just don't know if
If you
I,
can commit.
If
We
I will
could-
remember to read 5 chapters. It's only 5 chapters a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say I won't read more.
Right.
I feel like 5 is too low if we're gonna do it.
You
wanna
want to
go
do
for
7?
Like, I was
So
gonna say,
read a
you wanna go
chapter
like
a day?
7?
Because that would be, let's say,
Well, I guess, could we do it? See, I don't know when the arcs start and end.
I mean, we could go by arc if you want.
that would bring it down to 138 weeks.
How long is an arc?
It depends on the arc. Some of them are relatively short, some of them are really long. But I can give you Arlong Park arc. Tell you how long that one is. Start
Okay.
off with, just give you an idea. I'm pulling it up right now. I think it's 30 chapters. Let's
Oh,
see.
wow.
Arlong Park is 69 to 95, so that is 26
Never
chapters.
mind. I mean, it
If-
might be more.
Look at it this way. If we read 2 chapters a day from where I'm at, we could probably I could probably be pretty much caught up in a little over a year.
Yeah.
That's only 2 chapters a day. I mean, we're talking like maybe 30 minutes of my time.
And we can talk about this again after the podcast if you'd like, just so we're not putting anybody on the spot. But we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
also
yeah,
do it as like a hey, if you can't make it that week, that's okay too, kind of.
No,
Yeah.
we gotta do it together, man. We
Okay,
gotta do it.
I'm down for
We
that.
could commit. I
Um,
could commit.
I like what Bane said with stick with 5, and if we read more, then we just discuss more.
Yeah. Well, like if we say we read and we have 2 chapters left until Arlong Park's done, or a different arc, like we just read the last 2 chapters.
The only problem is though is that like if somebody reads like 7 chapters that week, then and no one person only reads the 5,
They're only allowed to talk about
then
the
that
5.
next week they'll be ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get ahead anyway. Like I promise you,
I-
when I get to an arc that I like, I'm gonna read ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't guarantee that I'll stick to 5 because if I get to like say the 5th chapter is in the middle of a fight or something,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read.
Like I'm
the next
reading
chapter.
ahead, no doubt.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Do we want to do it instead of a weekly? Do we want to do it like
by
per
arcs. So like
arc? Yeah. so we
every
can discuss the
arc we'll
entire
discuss the
arc.
arc.
We can do that.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
That's what we did for the Naruto cast, except we discussed all the arcs in the same episode.
So yeah, that's true. So what we could do is once we all get caught up on the arc, we'll have a little recording and talk about it, and then keep going.
That'll work. I'm glad we did that live while everybody was watching. So we'll move on here. Samurai Showdown is adding 2 new characters to the Character Pass 2.
Okay.
They're adding Sogetsu, which is the water samurai guy. Remember him?
I
And
don't.
Iroha,
Say that again.
the maid character. So that's cool. Those are pretty hype characters. Down for that. I really need to play more Sam Show. That game's good. I just don't seem to have enough time to play fighting games lately. Monster Hunter has eaten into my free time. I need to go back and play more Disco Elysium too. Monster Hunter just up. From
You
there,
need to play Disco Elysium bad.
I really do. I want to know what goes on with my character. Captain Tsubasa. We talked about it when it was announced. It's an anime soccer game. I was really excited for it. It's been a long time since I've read like Tsubasa, but it was cool. And I'm always down for a cool anime soccer game. You kidding me? I mean, iShield 21 game. I'm right there. That's an anime football game. Gameplay looks bad. It doesn't look like terrible, but it doesn't look good. The characters look like they're running through mud. It's very repetitive animation-wise because it's always like the same shot of the goalie blocking it, and the same shot of the kick, which is kind of unfortunate. It's not out yet, so it's possible that with time, animations will look better. But when you tell me I'm going to play an anime soccer game, I'm expecting, at the very limit, a good-looking soccer game that has cool anime stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
I'm not a fan of how this looks.
Yeah, it's not really hitting that level. So possible things could change, but for now, not so much. From there, we got some Pokemon Home news. Also, Chad is happy, specifically Band, happy that you're doing.
Thank you.
Pokemon Home has been detailed. It's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pokemon Bank was $5 a year. Seems like a really good price, right? Pokemon Home is free. If you have the free version, you're not paying anything for it. You cannot move your Pokemon from Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home. You can only deposit 30 Pokemon. You can only place 3 Pokemon in the Wonder Box. You can only place 1 Pokemon in the global trade system. You can participate in a room trade, but you cannot host one. You can't judge any matches. Or trades, I guess. I could care less about judging trades or being in big trades or anything like that. 30 Pokemon is not enough for the free version. When it was sold, like, to us, the idea of it was, this is how you can, like, the place you can move your Pokemon to. So because Pokemon Bank's still shutting down, that's happening. So you either better get your Pokemon from Pokemon Bank into X or Y, or you better pay for Pokemon Home if you don't want to lose them. The fact that you can't move them from Pokemon Bank unless you pay for premium is ridiculous to me.
Yep.
Since Pokemon Bank is still shutting down. So if you pay for the premium, you can do that. You can store 6,000 Pokemon. A pretty big upgrade from 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put 10 Pokemon in the Wonder Box. You can put 3 Pokemon in the global trade system. Participate and host in room trades. And you can judge trade. Price-wise, if you want 30 days, 1 month, it's $3. A little bit more expensive than $5 for a year. 3 months, 90 days, is $5. 12 months, 365 days is $16.
Wait, what?
So
That doesn't make sense.
no, it doesn't.
Wait,
can't be
wait.
right.
I'm looking at the official website right now.
Please do it again. You said 3
So,
months is $3.
1 month is $3.
1 month is
3 months is $5. 12 months is $16. So you're saving $4.
See, I thought for sure they'd do a year for like $10. Like, do
Yeah.
something crazy good deal for a year.
Yeah, you would think so. As it is, you just don't get the service, I guess, or you get it and pay for it every year to keep your Pokemon. So I'm gonna say something that's not a good thing to say. Look, I get it. You want to keep your Pokemon because they're special to you, and I understand that they're important to you. I'm not paying $16 a year to keep all my old Pokemon.
That's more expensive than. Isn't that more expensive than the Nintendo?
That is more expensive than the
Switch?
online. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. What the heck?
Especially since this was their answer to Pokemon from your old games that can't go into Pokemon Sword and Shield. You can put them into home until the next game comes out. This is terrible.
Highway robbery.
As Band put it, virtual hostages. Because you're literally telling people, oh, you want to move them from Pokemon Bank? So, because Pokemon Bank's going away, you want to keep them? That's okay. Pay us money. And then you go, okay, well, I'll pay for a month so they're in Pokemon Home. And then when I want to access it again, I'll pay another month, right?
Can't do that.
Not how the service
They're
works.
just gone.
You don't pay for it. You have 90 days until they shut your account down and all the Pokemon in it are deleted.
Yeah, so they're just hostages.
Yes. So, again, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna say it this time. Those Pokemon are not worth that price. Let them go. I'm sorry. I know they might be super important to you. Let them go. I'm one of those weird people that's of the opinion every time I play through a game that's like those Pokemon are for that save. I'm not carrying them with me anyway. I will save over them. I'm a monster. I know. I'm sorry. But even for people that weren't wanting to store with home, like that were just wanting to do, like, for instance, I want to play Shield with my dragon team that I made. I was waiting for home to drop because I just knew home was going to be the same price as bank or cheaper or maybe even a little bit more for the same service. And then I could trade them from one game to the other without having to borrow somebody else's Switch. Just knew that. There's no point in me doing this.
That's just stupid, man. Like, that's so expensive.
Oh, Band's 100% right. You're going to get an email if you haven't, like, your 90 days are almost up and you haven't paid for it again. You're getting an email that's like your Pokemon miss you.
Yeah.
It's 100% what's going to happen.
And then when you hit 1 week before deletion, it's just a picture of a gun held up to your Gengar's head.
Yeah.
It says you have 1 week.
And like in a weird way, this has made me not excited to play through Shield. Because this is what I was waiting for to play through Shield, was home. So I could do those trades and then go through it. And this is like soured me. Because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They shouldn't just make it go away either. Like, that's kind of fished up, dude. Like,
And none of this would be a problem. I've never gotten angry over this before, but I'm angry about it now because it's led to this. None of this would have been a problem if they just put all the Pokemon in Sword and Shield.
This is what broke Trey.
I can't believe that from the time they announced that all the Pokemon weren't going to be in there, I have never once gotten actually mad about it until right now. Because I said every time, it's okay, Pokemon Home is going to take care of that. And now, I'm a liar. All those times on the previous podcast that I said that. Because this is a ripoff. This is terrible.
It is terrible. It truly is terrible. I don't think that price is fair. And the fact that like, if you can't afford it that month, what if you're a kid? Like,
yeah. Mom, I need you to pay the Pokemon Company $16 a year so they don't delete my Charmander. Mom, please.
Oh, honey, you'll find another one.
Oh, wait, no, it's a Charmander. I can transfer him to Sword and Shield. We need to move on. I'm actually mad right now. So for everybody that I've ever said it's going to be okay when Pokemon Home comes out, don't worry. I apologize. I publicly apologize. Because turns out I was wrong.
Trey's a liar.
Yeah, the Pokemon Company made me a liar. I just knew I could believe in them. There's been some RE8 leaks. Obviously, we have no idea how true these are. And normally we don't talk about leaks on here that we don't have any evidence for at all. But the idea is so weird, I wanted to bring it up. We don't have to spend long on it. The leak claims that the game will be like 7, first person, and still about Ethan, which, sure, that's fair. That could happen. But claims there will be werewolves.
Yep. Wolf-like enemies.
That could be really cool. That doesn't really feel RE to me. But, like, at the same time, why not?
It'll probably just be juiced up, zombied up wolves.
It'll be like the Goomen, the big, heavy, dark ones. They'll just be wolf instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all. We don't know anything else really other than that leak claims Ethan first person. From there, again, we don't have to spend long on this, but this is a thing that I found out about today. I had no idea this has been going on for a while. SCP, the SCP Foundation, thing that I absolutely adore. SCPs are really cool. The inspiration for the objects of power and control. As it turns out, there is somebody trying to copyright SCP. And SCP is under Creative Commons. It's been copyrighted that way for a long time. Anybody can use it. But in Russia, there's a guy that is attempting to copyright it. And he has already placed the claim and is now trying to basically make anybody who's selling SCP stuff or writing SCP stories and selling them to take their money away. No matter where they are in the world.
Wonderful.
Because he claims he wants to make movies about SCP. But
Wait, so what is SCP?
SCP is like a crowdsourced wiki where everybody writes these stories about these fantastical scenarios done up as in a containment protocol. So like you would have some of the more popular ones are a lizard that can't die, that regenerates, that is a giant lizard that hates people. And so you would have that lizard, and then you would have containment procedures on how to keep him from getting out and eating everybody. As this government entity that is not any one government, it's all governments, but also not at the same time. The SCP Foundation has to keep him locked up. And it's like these stories that are all like written basically for fun by a bunch of different people from all over the globe. And it's really cool. It's led to games and some movies and some books. And there's a lot of YouTube channels dedicated to reading out SCPs. The Volgin is a big one. And it's just ridiculous that this guy has come along now and is trying to copyright all of it. But he is in Russia, and so the SCP Foundation in Russia, the SCP-RU, is raising money to fight against him in a legal battle to then make a copyright for the SCP Foundation so that everybody can write in Russia. So yeah, it's really dumb. So they're raising money for that, and I'll put a link in the description to the GoFundMe if anybody wants to look into it. Obviously, that is your decision to make. I'm not going to tell you should or should not, but the Volgin has a really good video up on it as well. I'll link that in.
I'm very interested. Whenever I Googled SCP, I saw some images that were very much going to give me nightmares tonight, but I am very interested to see like what this is because I'm interested.
Pat, there's some stuff in there. You should check out the Volgin's channel. He narrates them. What you got, Andrew? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just said I wanted to see some nightmare stuff.
Yeah.
This looks terrifying. Like
Yeah.
this stuff looks extremely terrifying.
I'll tell you that a lot of the SCP stuff is right at home in like the Lovecraft mythos. Yeah, the problem is he's not going after the big names that would be able to immediately like shut him down, like Control, for instance. He's going after the little like Instagram writers or the people selling mugs with SCP people on them, and trying to take their money, who don't realize that he can't take it, and so they're giving it, and that's just feeding him to be able to go after more. It's a big messed up. Littered Church of the Lawful Masses legal channel put out a video about it today, I believe. That is a pretty good video on it. I can link that in the description as well.
So I've never told anyone this before.
Okay. Very curious where this is going.
But witch doctors, like the witch doctor costumes and stuff like that.
The Plague Doctor?
Yeah. Absolutely terrify me.
Oh, SCP-049 is so good, Patrick.
Like it absolutely so like in My Hero. I mean, yeah, and Boku no Hero, like
Overhaul.
whenever the witch talked, I literally was just like
Plague Doctor, but yeah.
As excited and no, Plague Doctor, sorry. Plague Doctor is what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Plague Doctors are what terrify me. The Plague Doctor character terrified me, but also excited me at the same time because I was like, this character's so cool. But I'm gonna see you in my nightmares, bro.
Patrick, if you don't want to sleep, watch the Volgan's video on 049. Because basically what he does, he reads off the entries, but does it as if it's like a teacher instructing the class on what the SCP is and does. And like he narrates the interviews and everything too. And 049 is amazing. It's one of my favorites.
What is this web? Can you link the?
I will link it to you after the podcast.
YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm gonna have nightmares.
SCP, really cool. If you've never looked into it, you should, because they're a lot of fun and also frightening. One of my favorites, I can't remember the number. I think it's like SCP-1224 or something like that. Is like just this regular guy, and he has temporal powers. He can affect reality around him. And some of the best content in SCP is the non-canon stories, where somebody made a story of his powers go out of control and he slowly like erodes the world into the only one that knows why that's happening. And it's really powerful. Great story. But
there's multiple series.
So okay, real quick, because I know Andrew's
over 4,000.
Yeah, I know Andrew's almost done, and we're going long, but
I don't even know what any of this is.
So basically,
this is blowing my mind right now.
SCP. It started because a group of people were like, "We're gonna make these weird, funny stories, creepypasta style, right?"
Yeah.
But then it extended. It grew into a canon, and so everybody has their own canon from all these different stories. But the basic rundown is that there is always a I completely lost the word. The foundation. There's always a foundation, and then there's always an O5 council, which are the people that run the foundation, and then there's all these SCPs, and you can tell whatever story you want in there, basically. And so there are SCPs that are safe class. Like there's 4 classes. There's Safe, Euclid, Keter, and XK. Safe is we've got it contained. It doesn't matter how powerful it is. It's not ever going to hurt anybody again. Obviously, it can be reclassified if something happens. Euclid is kind of a problem, but it's also kind of not a problem. Like Cthulhu exists in SCP, and he's a Euclid because he chooses to be contained, but also could be a huge problem. Then there's Keter, which means it's bad. They could kill everybody. We can't really contain them. We're just doing our best to keep them contained right now. And like a good example of Keter is the Red King, that they do all these rituals to keep him satisfied because he's not contained. He can just leave whenever he wants. And then XK this is an extinction entity. They could kill everybody at any second if they activate. We're not even going to mess with them. We're going to keep them on the list, and we're going to stay as far away as we can. And in that, there are so many, like a self-replicating IKEA that goes on forever, an endless IKEA. There's one that is the Duke Ferdinand, but he's an ogre, and he thinks he's still the Duke Ferdinand. There's one that is Death himself, and like he leaves constantly because he goes to visit people so he can take their souls to the afterlife, and then comes back. There's a creepy guy that is always at baptisms. There's a cannibal. There's the lizard. There's a peanut statue that if you look away from it, it snaps your neck. There's so many good SCPs, man. Anybody that's like, Trey doesn't know SCPs, I hope that rant has taught you differently. I
Like
love
I'm terrified and so interested at the same time.
Yes. Oh man, there's a set of stairs that might be the single scariest thing in there. Oh, it's so SCP's so
There's
good.
so much to read.
Just check out the Vulcan. I'm telling you, check out his channel. Let him read them to you. Really good. Like Andrew, it's what Control is based on. The Bureau is based on the Foundation.
Yeah, that's where I know SCP from.
So, yeah, SCP's real good. And then the last thing, which I probably should have switched these around because of how hype I got talking about SCPs. The last thing is that our old friend, our old nemesis / friend, Mr. Dean Takahashi is back at it again.
The guy who doesn't know we exist.
Yeah. If you remember Mr. Dean Takahashi of VentureBeat playing Cuphead. Playing is a strong word. Attempting to play Cuphead. He failed at the tutorial for like 14 minutes. And everybody at the time thought he must be joking. He must be trolling. He was not. He said many times since then, he didn't understand it. It didn't work for him. Well, for some reason, they still let him put out videos of him playing games.
Yep.
And if you're like, man, Trey's really being harsh on this guy, you should watch the video of him attempting to play Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I didn't finish it, but I watched most of it, and it's incredible.
It has to be a parody, right? But it's not. Like, I know it's not. And that's what makes it even more incredible to me. Because he just...
Is it that bad?
Oh, Pat, you need to watch it while
Yeah,
we're
you
talking
have to
about
watch
it.
it.
While we're talking about it.
He can't figure out where to go.
He doesn't figure out how to jump over something.
Yeah. He's walking around, hitting the walls and jumping at random. And then he keeps opening the map that he doesn't know how to read. I didn't even watch it with sound, but apparently it's better with sound because you get to hear him just...
He doesn't
be an
talk.
idiot.
He never talks throughout the whole video. That's why I'm like, it has to be parody, but I know that it's not. In my heart of hearts, I know he's trying to play Doom Eternal, and that makes me feel slightly bad about making fun of him for it, and then I remember the footage. There is a moment where he's getting shot at, and he forgets he has a gun. It's taking up like half the screen almost. Not, that's an overestimation, but like how? How?
And when you're playing Doom and you should be running and gunning and stuff, he's like slowly, he's getting hit and he just pop, 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 pop.
He also moves like a child. Like, he pushes the stick and then stops, and then pushes the stick and then stops, and then pushes the stick and then stops.
I'm not sure if I'm watching.
Is it VentureBeat's Doom Eternal hands-on that has like 11K dislikes?
Let me try to find the actual one by
Here,
VentureBeat.
I can probably try and link it. I almost want to pull it up on screen.
Like, I'm finding archival re-uploaded versions. They might have taken it down.
They might have taken it down. I would have if I was them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have.
Like, I'm on their YouTube channel now, and I don't see anything about Doom Eternal.
All right, hold on. I know the Quartering put out a video about it earlier, and it might still be in his description. They might have just unlisted it. They have to immediately mute the Quartering. Let me see if it's still in his... I don't see it in his... They might have taken it down. Let me see if I can find a re-upload.
No. You think they took it down?
I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it's not. There's an archival re-upload.
That's what I'm looking at. The
Yeah.
one from Ace 1918.
Yep.
I don't know how to tell if it's actually him or not, though.
I'm watching the footage. This is his footage.
Yeah.
This is his footage. All right, I'm gonna bring this up on screen for everybody to see. Just because, again, anybody that's like, I can't believe they're making fun of him. Trey plays games badly too. You're right. I do. Not like this.
Like, why wouldn't you see, like, keep shooting the tentacle to see if it was dead first?
There's a lot of things he doesn't do that he.
Yeah, you're not quite there yet.
Hold on. I'm working
Need
on
to
it,
watch a
everybody.
little more.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna put it over all the top of us. But your view is gonna change drastically. Stream might chug for a second while I.
Like, I'm watching him run through this right now,
That
and
was
it
the
doesn't
wrong
look
one.
that bad.
That was the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm getting rid of it. All you can see is the stream forever.
Trey, I think you missed it when Pat said it doesn't look that bad.
Trying to do something right now, Pat. At the
Even like Trey was saying with the movement, he moves one stick and then, but he doesn't like, when you play games, first-person shooters, you know how to and move like where you're looking, move both sticks at the same time.
on everybody.
It's very difficult for him to do.
Now you can see most
My
of it.
guy, what are
Chad
you
here.
doing?
Hold on, I'm gonna
Yeah,
make the chat mod.
you're right. He's literally not even looking around.
Yeah,
It's about to get him killed.
And again, for anybody that's like, why are you making fun of him? This is not fair. It's like you record this. You record this, and then you give it to the editor for your website, and the editor edits it. And you say, no, I want these clips right here to play with no audio of me talking over it. And then the editor goes, yeah, okay, that seems cool. And then it goes to the uploader, who may be the same person, who says, yeah, that looks good. Upload that.
What I don't understand is, like, clearly you don't have a whole lot of experience with this type of game.
And that's fine.
But my thing is, why are you reviewing that? That would be like somebody that only plays JRPGs reviewing a sports game.
Yeah.
That's never played a sports game
And
before.
that does still happen. Don't get me wrong. That absolutely still happens.
But why would you upload a video of you playing it whenever you, like, I don't know.
That's
Maybe
the
it's
question.
just me, but I would not even consider uploading content. Or I don't think it's fair to review a game style that I have no experience with at all.
So I want to cut you off there because Dean Takahashi wrote a review for the most recent Call of Duty where he talks about how good it is and how he's played every Call of Duty up until this.
Oh my god.
So he's played shooters. Which is where because, like, again, people are going to be like, I can't believe you're bagging on this guy. Yet again, he claims he's played shooters before. I play games poorly. I fully admit that. I absolutely do. I would not have uploaded that video. Like, if I played Doom that poorly, I would not have uploaded that.
What are you looking at?
I would have, like, cut together executions. Like, editing is magic. I would not have uploaded that video. He spent 6 minutes of an 11-minute video that is their Doom Eternal hands-on with no commentary at all running around in the lava.
Yeah, just dying. Like, he's literally just hurting, like, killing himself slowly by running around in this lava.
And again, unless anybody's like, well, they're just bagging on him, I wanted to talk about this for a purpose, which is that people already have a really poor idea of game journalists. Stuff like this is why. Why would you release this video?
Why are you not using the map? Like, use the map.
Oh, he pulls up the map a lot.
Yeah, but he doesn't use the map. Like, he's not actually looking at it. He's just like, what is happening right now? I'm so confused. I mean, it's kind of like the Cuphead thing. Like, how do you not see something that should be so simple?
And maybe that's just how he plays games. Like, if that's how he plays games, that's fine. It's ridiculous to me, but that's fine. Live your own life. You're just you, right? Don't upload that video.
Well, I don't know how somebody with that skill level is in game journalism.
Somebody had to have said something at some point to this guy.
How did nobody see that video and go, I don't think we should upload that one, Dean. I think that one should not be uploaded on the site.
Yeah, like who's greenlighting this? Honestly,
that's
like,
why I wanted to talk about this, is because it's not just Dean's skill at the game, it's journalism as a whole when it comes to video games, where people are just allowed to put out articles about how Monster Hunter World Iceborne is a colonialist game about killing monsters that deserve better, and then the next day the same person puts out an article about, like, hey, check out all this cool armor you can wear in the game. Nobody's checking these things. So people are just, again, Journey to a Savage Planet Polygon review. Nobody's checking these things. They're just letting people do what they want.
So the game clearly shows you where you've already been by putting green layering on that part of the map.
Yeah.
But it shows you in gray where you could go. And it also shows that he clearly has been on the next part where he needs to go. But instead of turning around and jumping up there to see what it was, just jumped into the lava.
So,
like, go back up there.
Also, to Ban's point, I'm not going to say that Dean plays this like this and then writes a review on it, right? Who knows? But if a journalist is playing like this and writing a review on a game, how can you trust that review? Like, people miss stuff all the time. Absolutely. I miss stuff. Everybody misses stuff.
It literally has a marker telling you where you need to be going.
But this is the reason people have problems.
At one point, he looks at the marker through, like, through all the walls and everything, and stares at it. And I can't help but think that he's looking at it thinking, oh, so I go through the wall?
Yeah,
Why are you running around on the lava? Like, you know that's going to...
I would love to get Dean Takahashi on here and get him to talk about how he plays video games. I would love that.
So, like I said, like, it clearly shows you where you've been, and there's a whole section where he hasn't been yet that leads to where he needs to go, and he doesn't even look at that platform.
Yeah.
Just look at the platform,
and
dude.
Like, sure, you could miss stuff, Again, as Jen puts it, it's okay to be wrong. But deceiving and lying and making stuff up, like journalists do lately, is what is wrong. And I can't help but believe that this would have been followed by an article about how hard Doom Eternal is.
Oh, for sure, because he did the same thing with Cuphead.
Yes. Do you remember Andrew?
He did the same thing.
He absolutely did. Do you remember Andrew in 2016 when Polygon played original Doom? 2016, I guess, version?
Yeah.
And they couldn't hit a shot with the pistol and claimed the game was incredibly difficult?
Yeah.
It's
not, this is twice as bad as
that. It absolutely is. And it's the reason why people don't trust game journalists. And it's what makes especially our jobs on YouTube, when we review games, it what makes it so difficult. Is because people go, oh, they get paid to talk about this stuff, then they don't know what they're talking about. Because of stuff like this.
It's so obvious. Like, just jump to the platform that you've not been on yet.
Or jump over
right
the chain.
there.
The chain, just jump over it. The chain is colored the same color as the, deals you grab a hold of to tell you that you can clamber over it. But, again, Doesn't matter.
It's right there. Dude.
And so, again, I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over. But again, I mess up all the time. People in the comment section are not always, but sometimes they're telling me like, "Hey, you missed this," or my siblings will watch a video and go, "I can't believe it took you 10 minutes to realize this." But normally, when I get to the point in a video where I'm not figuring out a puzzle, because I'm recording it, I will edit out the 5 minutes of me walking in circles.
See, he finally sees it, but doesn't double jump like he's been able to do this whole time.
Because editing is magic. And it's reprehensible to me that this video got uploaded in the first place.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
Like, if one of you or myself recorded a video that was like that and sent that to me and said, "Hey, upload that," I would go, "What? No, what is this?"
Yeah, that's not happening.
Do you have any idea how many videos I throw away that aren't half as bad as that one that I trash because I go, "No, that's not up to our level of quality"? I have felt bad. The still playing Stardew Valley video blew up over the last week and a half and got over 400 views. I have felt bad because I look back on that video and go, "Man, I've rambled a lot in that video." Still better than this one.
And see, like, so you could say I had this problem with Far Cry New Dawn. Like,
Sure.
I could not find what they wanted me to find.
Yeah.
And maybe that's his argument is like, okay, well, I couldn't find that. But the game presented it to him, or at least to me, it looked like it presented it so well that's not the same problem that I had. Because Far Cry New Dawn was supposed to be linear to that point, and I never got on that path that they had set up for me. Whereas with this, he had a map that told him where to go next and just didn't use it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Also a child told me when they grew up they wanted to be a computer. But
yeah, that did happen.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me does feel bad for him because it's just like this was uploaded. Like somebody else was like, it's fine to upload this, especially knowing the internet's been trolling him about it since Cuphead.
Yeah. That's where it breaks for me of the idea of you're just bashing on him, you're just bagging on him is, no, but he decided to upload that video.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he told somebody, he gave that footage with the intent of, hey, this is okay to upload. And then someone else was like, oh, this is either garbage or this is great. I'm going to upload this after I edit it. And they edited it and then put, I mean, from what it looks like, they didn't edit it.
Yeah, they didn't edit it.
They just uploaded it.
How do you take 11 minutes of that clip and put that up? Not the stuff before, not the stuff after. Did you lose the footage? Did you lose everything else? And that was the only 11 minutes you had?
Well, and like, the thing about this person is out there playing this highly anticipated game. Like, think of that place that somebody else could have taken.
Yeah. Yeah, you betcha.
And this is where I get back to the point where I was saying, like, it doesn't make any sense for someone that never touches a sports game to write a whole, like, try playing a sports game and upload footage of them attempting to understand the game.
Yeah.
Not understanding the game and then making a review on it. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that. I'm not saying they can't write a review for a game like that, but they need to at least understand how the game works and be able to functionally play it at a level that's acceptable to be able to say, I know how to play this game. I'm going to write a review.
I think if Dean Takahashi wrote a review for Doom Eternal and had that gameplay in the background, I think everyone would assume it was a parody.
It has to be. That's a joke. Like, he's making himself look like a joke.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with what Band is saying. Like, maybe he thought it was funny and knew, like, wow, I'm bad at this game, and everyone thought that me being bad at Cuphead was funny.
Yeah.
Let me upload this video and see if it gets views.
Oh, it got views, all right. It got dislikes too.
Yeah, it had more dislikes than dislikes.
Yeah, by far.
Well, I mean, it's like trashing the game almost.
Yeah, it does in some way make the game look bad, right? Like if I had somebody that had never seen that game before and I said, "Hey, check out this Doom Eternal gameplay," be like, "What the heck? What is this?"
Dude, this looks terrible. Like, why is this person having trouble doing this?
Yeah.
And
And
then there's questions of like, is it the game? Is it the person?
if we ever put out a video as bad as this, tell us. Dislike it. Comment. Tweet me. DM me. Come to my house. Tell me how bad that video is. Because I want to take it down and put up a good video instead. I don't ever want us to make a video this bad. And again, if Dean Takahashi somehow sees this and wants to defend that terrible video, I will interview you. We'll sit down. We'll talk about it. It'd be great. But your video's terrible. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Because I want you to do better. I honestly do. Not out of a, I think you have to do better, but out of a, you are calling yourself a games journalist, I think you need to do better.
Yeah.
And without circling too hard, like this, like you said, this is legit one of the reasons that people have with gaming journalism. And that's why I don't really like to look at reviews as much as maybe y'all do, because all the reviews that I end up seeing are followed up by things like this, where it's just like, this person doesn't even seem like they actually played the full game.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to, like, that's why I'm still trying to find a reviewer that I can trust, because I don't really know which reviewers like views align with mine the most.
Yeah.
And a lot of the games that I play are kind of like,
I cannot reconcile
this,
the fact as he's played every Call of Duty game and then he shoots like that in Doom. I cannot reconcile those two. One of those two things is a lie.
yeah.
Uh,
No, and see, like Ban said, like that's the perfect way to put that. Like, the people who watch us know that we care enough about video games
Yeah.
that we're willing to put in extensive time to make sure that we actually understand this game before we even try to talk about it or post anything about it.
So if I can peel back the curtain a little bit, some of those first impressions videos, I lied. Because some of those first impressions videos, I recorded a first impressions and then realized like 15 minutes into that first impressions, oh, I completely misunderstood how this mechanic works. I was bagging on this game this whole time. I don't want people to watch just the first 15 minutes of this and think this game is bad when I misunderstood this mechanic.
Yeah.
So I throw that out, and then I record a new first impressions. And sometimes in those I say, I've had to record this a couple times. Sometimes I don't. But it's never out of a, I'm going to deceive you kind of feeling. It's always in a, I want to represent the game correctly. And if there's things that are bad, I need to show them. And if there's things that are good, I need to show them. And it really bothers me, the idea of like, I'm going to show you this game like this. You know, it just...
With no commentary.
Yeah.
With no actual editing, outside of maybe editing out all that was good about the video, potentially.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get to the objective the right way. He literally ran through the lava.
Sure did. And like, that's an option.
That was amazing.
You could do it that way. I guess that's sure. Why?
It makes me wonder, did they have difficulty settings when he went to play it and he picked the easiest one?
Because he just face tanked the lava?
Yeah. Because I really hope that's not like the medium difficulty, is you can just run through the lava.
Yeah, with only like
'Cause what's the
3
point?
enemies.
You have that little
Especially
jump
because
pad.
he had like, at one point he had like 7 health left. And
He got an extra life.
Sure did. He got an extra life.
And using the extra life, he face tanked lava to a jump pad that was on the other side of where he was supposed to be able to get to. He ran for a minute. Ah, dude, I don't get it, man.
Oh, to Ban's point, they're like there are people that do that, and that's fine. That'll go, hey, yeah, no, this is I've never touched the game before. You're now gonna watch me agree to all these EULAs. You're gonna watch me agree to all these terms of services, and then we're gonna go through on its own. Do you have any in that Code Vein first impression? Do you have any idea how long I actually took on that character, create that character for the demo, so that I could make Bob Ross with a heart? I spent 40 minutes to make that character, and you saw like 4
Yeah.
because I wanted to make Bob Ross with a heart. What's really funny is like that's a preset, and I saw it and I was like, I could make this better. Like, so here's the real behind the scenes, right? It's a preset, and I saw it and went, I can make this better than the preset. I can make this cooler. And I spent all that time on the character creator, and then finally went, nah, the preset was cooler, and just rolled with the preset.
I just saw Jin's comment.
Oh, he has a Goku brain.
Oh my god.
Oh man! And sometimes I record them straight. Like sometimes that's the first time I've ever touched. Like Rise to Ruin, the first 40 minutes of that first impressions are my first time. And then guess what happened? I got stuck, and so I cut out the time where I got stuck. Because editing is magic. Dean Takahashi, please, editing is magic.
Or just don't post a freaking video, dude. Like, come on, man.
I guess we've said as much as we can, unless you guys have any last thoughts on that.
No.
No.
He's a joke to me now.
I think we've said it all.
Yeah. Again, Dean Takahashi, you want to talk? Please talk to me. I would love to talk to you about that video. It would make my year if I could tell you just how much of a joke that video is. And how somebody that gets paid more than me should do better.
Forget talking about the video. I would want to just talk about his approach to games and just general stuff like that. Because I want to pick his brain to see how that
Like
how a brain that functions that poorly really works.
Yeah.
Like, what is your first thought when you're grabbing this controller? Like, how much experience do you have with a controller? Like,
Well, he says
Yeah,
he's
you
played
hand-
every
you
Call of
hand-
Duty
you hand-
game.
Yeah, you hand him. You're like, all right, now this is a DualShock 4 standard issue. How do you feel when I hand this to you? And then he just immediately.
Dean, no. Dean. Stop.
is this how you use it?
No, Dean.
I've actually seen someone play Street Fighter holding their controller like this.
That's
And they
impressive.
were scary good.
That's impressive. Like the people that play Street Fighter with a Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It's like, no, they show up. Look, I used to go to a lot of tournaments. If somebody shows up at tourney with a Guitar Hero controller and you're up against them, forfeit. It's not worth the shame. Give up.
You're gonna lose. Just go sit down.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. So, plugs. What we got, gentlemen? I've got to put in all that stuff about SCPRU in the description. It's my plug. The Vulcan.
I refuse to not say something about it. Don't want to take it to a dark place immediately again, but we lost an amazing person. We lost Kobe Bryant and his daughter, who was 13 years old. It absolutely broke my heart because I literally grew up watching Kobe Bryant play basketball, and it was really hard to kind of handle. I still don't really know how to handle it. I can't watch basketball right now. I
Fair.
tried watching a game and I cried. Like, I literally can't. He did so much good for the world, not like of basketball. Like he mentored so many people. He gave so much to the WNBA and to women's sports, like in general. I mean, the dude won a Grammy. Like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah.
he had an amazing life. And there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that honor his 41 years of life. So if you have a chance to check one out, and if you don't know a lot about him, it's worth it because he was an amazing person, and it's beyond unfortunate that the world no longer has him in it.
I think my favorite is the video where he shoots over a full of snakes for charity. And it's just this moment of like, couldn't have really grabbed anybody else and made this work.
Yeah.
But you did. You found the one guy who could do this in
Yeah.
such a ridiculous way.
And like, it just really sucks. Like I'm at a loss for words when I try to talk about it to other people too, because like, of all things, like he got in a helicopter, and when you think about it, like a plane accident, you can survive that, but like a helicopter, there's no surviving that. It's so
Well,
compact. Like if that hits
sure.
the ground, like the likelihood of is so low. But I will say the way that the NBA is handling this is so beautiful. By like everyone wearing the number 8 and number 24, and people like there was like his number was 24 for the most part of his career. At the beginning of games, they were like holding the ball and taking the 24-second shot clock all the way down, like
Yeah.
to honor him.
That's good.
And like that's so special to me that this entire league and like basically the whole world is like coming together for this. Players saying like, hey, I'm sorry so and so that I ever had beef with you. Like I want to squash this because I don't want to ever be how I could be with you. And people like Kendrick Perkins apologizing to Kevin Durant and like all the stuff. It's emotional, but it's cool to me how even after his death, Kobe Bryant is bringing people together
Yeah.
over a sport. And I just wanted to say that he's going to be missed a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made it sad.
No,
Sad boy hours again.
I'm sorry that I'm zoning out. We think about another death that was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this year has already been really rough.
A friend of mine passed away. Funeral will be Saturday. Andrew, you got any
But-
plugs?
Celebrate life, everybody.
Easy Allies Game of the Year.
Yeah, it's not a short video. I don't even know if it's done yet. They had it premiering, so I have no idea how long it is for sure. But
It's
Yeah.
like 7 hours or something.
That last video of Mysterious Monsters was so good. If you
Monsters
haven't
are good.
seen Mysterious Monsters, you should watch Mysterious Monsters. It's so good.
yes. Coming up on the channel. I was not planning on doing this, but my siblings asked for it, and surprisingly, some of you guys asked for it too. So you just tease. I tried to mute. I failed. I'm sorry. Untitled Goose Game. I guess I'm just gonna finish that. I wasn't planning on recording any more of that. I was planning on just playing it on my own at some point. And my siblings went wild asking me to record more, and I was like, no, I'm not. And then I get home, and I have 2 DMs on Twitter that are like, hey, could you play more of that Goose Game? And I was like, well, all right, I guess I'll play more Untitled Goose Game. So we lost a subscriber for it already, because that went up today. So if you're worried that this is going to turn into me just playing random weird popular games, don't worry about that. But we're going to finish Untitled Goose Game because that's a weird game and it's actually a lot of fun. And I
I
realize
still haven't
now,
seen that video yet.
it didn't come up at all in our Goaty discussions.
We haven't played
Nope.
it.
No, that's true. I played a little bit of it, but that's true.
Yeah, I forgot I wanted to actually play through it,
Yeah, slipped my mind completely.
but I thought it was supposed to hit Game Pass and it didn't, and I was like, well, I'm not buying it.
I was listening back to the videos when I was editing them too, and no spoilers for Goaty really, but we didn't talk about Control that much at all. I felt bad. Control's a really good game.
I forgot the moment.
I forgot a moment too. I remembered one afterwards, and I was
forgot a
like,
moment.
But yeah, that'll still be going on, and then a couple more first impressions be coming up, and then we will have the return of the job breakdown for Final Fantasy 14, and we'll probably have next week the return of the Soup breakdown as well for Gundam Extreme Versus. I have to try and get through all of those now before Maxi Boost On drops. So that'll be fun. But I'm really excited for that. And then I want to do a series on Monster Hunter weapons, on just like the basic combos they can do, stuff like that.
He's gonna go back into it.
So we're gonna play around with those. I know, but I had to fight for something. But my personal top 10 will be going up probably Monday of next week. I still have to record that, but it'll be going up probably Monday of next week. I want to wait until that last thing, be a windbreak, comes in right here.
Yeah, he let
Block
Super
on
Robot Wars T just go.
Far too early, like a fool. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Pat, did we ever announce the thing we're gonna be doing? I don't remember.
With 3 houses?
Yeah.
No.
Do we want
I don't
to?
think.
Or, I mean, you already kind of opened the bag now, but
Yeah, what are y'all doing with Three Houses?
We kind of need to plan it more.
yeah.
Might as well say it.
Yeah, you opened the bag. That's why I wasn't gonna say the name of the game. After we finish FE6, Pat and I are planning on going through Golden Deer route for the channel. So I'm excited for that. It's the I haven't seen. And by the time we do that, by the time we finish 6, the new classes will be.
Oh, that'll be interesting. We can mess with the new classes some in that gameplay.
Yep. I heard Digital Homicide was back. I didn't want to believe. You remember Digital Homicide, Andrew?
Digital Homicide.
That's the publisher that makes all those terrible asset flip games on Steam. They got into a legal battle with Jim Sterling and stopped making games for a while to lay low.
Them, yes.
They're back. They made another game.
Back
Jim Sterling
doing what?
immediately made a video on it. So that's the thing. Can I have like an anti-plug real quick?
Sure.
So
Well, it's not. How is it an anti-plug? Because if you're,
I'm telling you not to
talking
watch the
about 'em.
video. I've talked about this before. I liked The Joker. I thought that was a good movie. Not like the best movie I've ever seen or anything, but I liked it. Ralph the Movie Maker made a review on Joker that I watched because I normally like Ralph's stuff. It might be the single worst movie review I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's like, it almost feels like parody at times. He's purposefully taking stuff out of context, like cutting footage to be able to push that the movie is like not telling you things when it does. The movie tells you those things. And then there are just long periods of times where he takes shots at other YouTubers and is like, they have bad opinions on Joker, but I have the good one. And then cuts to a shot of his dog and is like, right, Rocky? And I'm like, this is a parody, right?
Yeah.
This has to be parody. And then he took the video down. So I don't think it's parody. But it's been re-uploaded by other people. So my point is, you don't have to watch that video. You can skip that review. I like Ralph's stuff. I really do. But like, you don't need to watch that one. Yeah, like he spends so long on the makeup and on the CGI effects, and like he calls it a superhero movie over and over, even though it's not a superhero movie because there's no superheroes in it.
Yep.
And he keeps asking, like he asks at one point, like, is that supposed to be Alfred? It's like, what does it matter? It's not about Alfred. It's not about Bruce Wayne. But yes, that is specifically Alfred because they call him Alfred. So what do you mean is that supposed to be? Point is, It's a bad video. You don't have to watch it. And I don't normally just go like, don't watch these videos. But I want to counter that negativity with, I've been negative in the past. And I know everybody's ready to go. I've been negative in the past about Downward Thrust. He took a break where he stopped uploading a video a day. He took a break. And he's come back. And the last 2 videos were actually really good. They were really, like, insightful, good videos.
Nah, we've lost Trey now.
So, what I'm trying to say is, give Downward Thrust another chance.
Nah,
Oh,
no.
boy.
I'm actually really impressed by his most recent
Alright, well,
video.
this has been the Full Spectrum Podcast.
I spent
This has
2
been- this
years
has been the
ranting about
Full
this guy,
Troll Podcast.
and then he turns it
Disregard the
around.
last few minutes.
Anyway, this, as Andrew said, this has been the Full Spectrum. We've had a good time here tonight. I hope you have too. We're back on our regular schedule. We'll be on Tuesdays from now on. So yeah, just please continue to hang out with us. We had a good time. With all that said,
Like
though,
and subscribe.
yes, please, and follow us on Patreon if you want. Have to.
Pay our bills.
If you really care about us.
If you want to,
but-
buy me a Dr. Pepper, because this one's it. With all that said, I have been Trey.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Patrick.
We've been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life has to offer.
Yoshi!